donate at cityharvest.org.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong?
I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code CASH to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code CASH to borrow up to $10,000. Use code CASH to borrow up to $10,000.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou, a term provider, 800-568-2790. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-568-2790. That's 800-568-2790. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-568-2790.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
That's right. I heard I missed out on probably what was a 15-minute chat about the size of butts last week with you and Ty at some point.
Butts?
Yeah.
Did we?
I don't know.
I draw a blank. I don't retain any knowledge from one week to the next.
I mean, it was a safe bet, was it not for you at least? I'm sorry I missed out on it. What's going on?
Maintain it, man. I tell you, I guess the biggest thing in the world was, as we see it everywhere, we finally can put to rest the World Cup. It was a anticlimactic type of event. It was a world event. It was almost felt like we hosted the Olympics. I feel like maybe it lost a little steam for most of us once the USA wasn't in anymore.
Yeah.
But it captivated us at least for 2 to 3 weeks before, we realized that it's a difference between the type of soccer that we play and the type of soccer that they play.
Yeah.
But I was happy that Spain
we're playing Little League soccer, comparatively speaking.
we the JV. We the Washington Generals, and everybody else is the Harlem Globetrotters.
We literally call it a different sport. That's how different it is.
Exactly. But it was crazy to watch Spain. I'm glad that Spain won. It was crazy because you didn't. I guess everybody had to pick sides, right?
Were you going to go Argentina, go Argentina.
Spain? Yeah, I didn't realize
the help.
I didn't realize that Argentina could be like our version of Duke. Like everybody hates Duke. They're going to make a documentary of everybody hates Argentina. Now, apparently, Harvey just left.
I guess it wasn't that bad before all of this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Harvey just left. Yeah. Harvey just left, and he's our resident soccer expert. But to see the hate that people have for Argentina, I guess they would pretty much always get all the calls, break all the rules.
Well, they had that whole thing
but they cried the most. Yeah, well, Egypt before Egypt, but then they cried the most.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was amazing, too. It was like funny. I think Argentina is the only team that I saw without a black player. Right? So that says it all, right? So, when you watch all the celebrities and who they were rooting for, they was like, yeah, we can't go with the, these guys. And, when you do the research and go deep, and I'm not going to go into it because, also, like when you talk about, we talk about here at this station how we talk about how we try to separate sports from politics. And, apparently in the World Cup, you're supposed to separate politics. No, can't put any political type of statements or things on your shoes or anything like that because it's the World Cup, right? So, of course, many countries have differences, and that's just how it is. But I guess, what they did to England the other day when they held Argentinians held the flag, and I guess it was a beef for a piece of land that they fight over right outside of Argentina, island, right? Yeah. That it is an island in the middle of nowhere. Like it remind me of the Battle of Bunker Hill when we lost all these Americans fighting in war over a hill, and as soon as we won it, we left. And it was like, well, what were you fighting over? Just the fact to say that you won and that if you wanted it, you can have it.
Yeah.
They fought over this little island that's right by. As I do my, as I start going to South America more, as I'm, having fun and hanging out, learn about Peru and, Machu Picchu and all these places, Bolivia, and, of course, everybody knows Brazil. Everybody knows Brazil, Colombia, Medellin, Bogota, all that stuff. But, like, you start to learn, like, Chile and how long it is and all that stuff. But when you learn about, like, the bottom and how violent it is, like at the bottom of South America and that straits where no ships can go, where ships go and they get all messed up. I know I'm giving a geography lesson, but you learn a lot about, like other countries' beefs as you start to explore. Like, you shouldn't go there. You should go there, travel there. I guess they fought over this little island, right, off the coast, and Britain lost 250 soldiers. Right, so when they put that in there, I guess they said that the island, in their language, Argentinian language, they said that basically it belongs to them, right? But what they forget about is messing up your money, and like sometimes you make political statements and it can cost you your career, right? We remember Abdul Rahim who used to pray and it cost him his money because he's Muslim, he refused all that stuff, right? I guess like a couple of Argentinians playing the Euro League, and they like, oh hell no, okay. Yeah. It belongs to y'all? Well, you play your soccer there, homie, because you ain't coming back to the Euro League. So a couple of dudes, listen, when you watch Argentina play, man, watch, like, afterwards how they handled defeat. Yeah. Starting a fight, hitting old boy in the throat.
Terrible.
and then like, now I get it. Now I get why the world. So I think a lot of Americans like Messi, but hate him as well because he's the biggest culprit. Like, he dishes it out, but then when he takes it, he flops and all that stuff, and he gets all the calls. So, like, it's going to be amazing to see, like, what type of penalty these guys get. What they're going to do, penalize them for the next World Cup? Like, Messi will never be back anymore. It felt like the fix was in. They were trying to get Messi to the finals. But, man, that was a thorough ass-kicking. That dominance may have been more dominant. I thought the Knicks and what the Knicks did in the playoffs was the most dominant performance I've seen by any team in the history of, like, the playoffs. Or not in the history because the 85 Bears, of course, dominated. Yeah. But, man, for them not to basically have any shots on goal.
They didn't have one shot on goal.
Right. And it looked like they were just trying to play for penalty kicks, and they were just trying to hold everything out. They were scared. Like, we ain't going to, man. And listen, their goalie was outstanding. 10 saves? You know what I mean? And then it broke through, right? And it was amazing to watch, right? And I'm not a big soccer fan, you know what I'm saying? But, of course, I'm going to watch a championship. And it was entertaining to watch. And then the story that comes out, and the biggest person that comes out is Yamal, right? And Yamal's been criticized, or not criticized, because it's weird, like, because you hear how all the world is interconnected, right? You saw Yamal when they won the championship, the EuroLeague championship. He had a Palestinian flag, so then people wanted to, like, cancel him. And, like, it's amazing how, like, when you watch at our country, other countries have the same problems, right? Everybody's talking about immigrants and all that type of stuff. And when you look at the World Cup, most of the stars on most of these teams are immigrants. And it's always been that sports, as yesterday was the birthday of Jackie Robinson's wife.
Yep.
And
she's 104.
104.
Rachel Robinson.
Amazing stuff, man. Like, just imagine 50 years after his death, she still has the impact, and the work that she's done is double his life, and the charity work. And I have a coach who was a recipient of the Jackie Robinson Scholarship that put him through college, right? So all the work that they do. But as we celebrate that yesterday, it just forces you to think that a lot of times the role that sports play in society, the fact that, we talk about, Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier and all the things that he went through, and then you watch all these other countries and you hear how people talk about immigrants. I remember I was visiting Paris, and they had beef with trying to get rid of the gypsies and all that type of stuff. And, I don't know the specifics because I don't live there. But I just know how, like, as much as we want to think our struggles and our differences are different, you realize how much they are the same. And, the fact that anybody, right, because we all have a right to this land. I believe that the world belongs to God, right? And, whatever. Like, nobody can own land, right? Land is the earth, and we all belong and play a small role in the earth. But the fact when you look at all these teams, whether Spain, England, all these places, and you look at the people that's actually playing, and some of the biggest stars are guys from Africa, guys from like Lamar, right? In the story with his, I think he's going to be the biggest star out of this because he's going to be dubbed the next Messi. Even though we have like Mbappe and how great he is, got the golden boot, 10 goals, amazing, plays for France. But then now you have this guy Lamar who his story is so amazing, with his little brother, like the biggest star, man. When I saw his little brother running out, first thing I thought was Arnold Drummond. You know what I'm saying? Like different strokes. You know what I'm saying? This little chocolate, fat little baby with his big puffy cheeks dancing with all this swag and personality, and his brother sitting there embracing him. And, like, it was just beautiful to watch that relationship and the stories that come out about, their relationship and the fact that even that Messi held him in a promotional video.
Yeah, and it was like a bathing. It was
fat
like
baby,
bathing him? Yeah.
Yeah, a fat baby, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard Rick this morning saying that Nick Wright should be doing that to Ty.
You know what I'm saying? And then 17 later, this is the dude that sent your ass home and stopped you from getting what you wanted the most.
Well, I just blacked out for the last few minutes, but
yeah, man.
That was a lot.
I know, it's a whole lot, man, but it's a lot to digest, man, and I think it was exciting. And I think,
Listen, a couple of things I would say out of it. Number one, I had no idea that England and Argentina hated each other that much just until right before that game.
I know Brazil hates Argentina.
But absolutely. But they would even root for them, too. They call them their hermanos, but they weren't rooting for them in this because of all the referee help that they got. Yeah. And I guess there were pockets of Argentinian fans that were chanting racist things and all that kind of stuff.
What they did to Speed, one of the biggest YouTubers from Detroit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they were yelling stuff like that. And Speed, which, like, I know, like, I'm kind of talking, like, above, like, a lot of our listeners' head, but Speed is, we have to learn about these influencers because these influencers are starting to become some of the biggest personalities and celebrities and richest people in our country. So we have to either embrace it or kind of get, wished away like the dinosaurs. Mm-hmm. So we got it. So when I say Speed or I say Dean the Great, who's making Adrian Broner have the greatest comeback in the history of, from going broke to putting millions back in his pocket. You know what I mean? We have to embrace these YouTubers. So Speed went on he loves soccer. So he went on and he's a huge Ronaldo fan. And he went to, so much so that they had him perform. I think he performed a little bit at the World Cup yesterday. He's not even a performer, but people just love him. He did a world tour in Africa, and, like, he only experienced racism, like, in Morocco and some other place where they was, like, throwing bananas at him and crazy stuff, right? It's so much so that he wasn't safe that he left Africa, that part of Africa. He went to all 54 places, and, like, it was a movie wherever he went. But the Argentinians was doing that to him and throwing stuff at him here. And I'm saying to him, like, brother, you're in America. You get to belt the ass. You can whoop some ass if you want to.
Yeah.
But he don't want to mess up his brand. But that's why you need some people around to whoop some ass. Like, shout out to the Atlanta PD who beat the brakes off some Argentinians. They thought they could come in here and assault the cops. You might be able to get away with, like, saying some stuff in certain places and saying racial stuff and throwing stuff at police officers in other places. Maybe they would say, okay, it's fine. But if we have any city in America that's as close to Wakanda as there is, it would be Atlanta. Atlanta is the blackest place. So if you're racist and you don't like black people, the last place in the world you should go there and try and throw things at cops, especially black ones, is Atlanta. And I don't know if they didn't read the memo, like when they got there about the places they were, but, man, they beat the brakes off their ass. I was like, man, see, you gonna learn. What they say, the longer you F around,
find out. Yeah.
So it was a whole lot. It was a hell of a sports weekend, man. I mean, you got the Dodgers, you got the Yankees, you got Lindor, you got the list coming out. We came back to a whole bunch of somethingness because we had a whole lot of nothingness for the last couple of weeks where we didn't have. I thought we was gonna have to start talking about the Last Dance again.
Well, we can do more on the Falkland Islands if you want. We can get more into that if you want. Whatever you want to get into.
No, it's just funny.
Maybe a little Grenada later on.
You're about to lose your job. Like I know, like that dude. You think England would never forget that? This dude just went broke. He didn't even realize it. Hey, I wouldn't have held that flag. I would have turned my back. Like, hey, bro, that's them. I got $100 million I make over there.
So I was away. Not away, but I went out of town for a couple of days, but I just on vacation last week. And here's the worst thing I can do is to spend a lot of time with myself alone. So I went solo out of town for a couple of days last week.
Golf?
Yeah. And
download any apps? No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, like that would be a good thing. Like that's a good. That's going to happen anyway. Oh yeah, a lot of swiping left on a big fella. I guarantee you that. Anyway, the worst thing I can do is spend a lot of time with myself because I start overthinking things. Generally, things about my life and about your career, all these things.
Yeah, man.
Somehow I couldn't get away from Francisco Lindor last week. I don't know why.
Stuck to you like a leech.
And I just kept thinking along these lines. And listen, we didn't have any baseball last week. And I'll be honest, I take All-Star Week off every year just because of that, because there is really nothing going on. And it's a good week to take off. But I'm sitting there and watching this all play out. And frankly, at one point I was even playing golf. And this is how bad it was, Bart. Like, I was listening to Rick and Dave in the morning while I was playing golf. Like, I don't know exactly what the hell I'm doing at that point. Like, if I'm on vacation and I'm listening to Rick and Dave, like, what's wrong with me? And I love those guys. But I'm on vacation. I don't need to be doing that.
Right.
But the Lindor stuff is in my head, and I can't shake it. Because I've been
back, baby. He back.
Well, I've been sitting. Yeah, it was good yesterday. But I've been sitting here for months, operating under an assumption that somebody's got to go. And we understand that Soto is not going to be the guy to go.
Yep.
Okay? I heard Ty this morning use the correlation I've used previously that Soto's very much like Durant. Wants to think that he's the leader, but really doesn't want to do the things in terms of being the leader. I can't get past this. If you trade Francisco Lindor right now,
10 cents.
What's the point? And not just what are you getting, but what's the plan? Like, where is all of this headed? Like, if we're going to let David Stearns actually try to fix what the mess is, and I 100% back up Steve Cohen in doing that, because I put so much trust and belief in you that I'm not just going to pay you to go on vacation now. If I'm trading Lindor, Bart, like, tell me what our plan is. Because I'm not getting a ton for him.
The plan is, I think, a couple years away then. Like, if you trade Lindor, then
That's a tough sell, bro.
You're actively not trying to win. You're trying to get him for the best prospects that you can get, because it's no one-for-one type of guy. You're hoping that you can shed salary, right? So you shed salary, one. And then two, I think you're trying to get some top prospects in return, and hoping that you can call them up, some guys that's close to being called up. You can get some of those prospects and hope you can bring them up. I mean, how many people – I mean, we just witnessed, pretty much the best that the American League had to offer, right? We had the best that the American League had to offer in the Yankees against the Dodgers. And you can say that Giancarlo Stanton, and you can say that Judge would make a big difference, but maybe not. We haven't seen anybody. It doesn't seem – looks like the way that the Dodgers are going about winning doesn't look like they're going to stop winning for a long time. And I feel like teams feel like they have to try and match that energy, which I think we're on our way to a strike. And I think it'll be mainly because of the Dodgers. because they operate, in a way that I think is, monopolistic. I don't even know if that's a word.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean by it.
It's like, they operate as a monopoly, right?
Yeah.
It seems like they have the monopoly on all the good Asian, Japanese players, right? Like, it's because, one, they're a great team, and then when great teams are great, more players want to go there because they're like, hey, I mean, that's why.
And it's closer to home, too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's closer to home, right? So, I mean, it's a 10-hour flight to the crib.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they have a monopoly on those players that you see Yamamoto, like, talk about. I mean, Slitler should have been taking notes.
Yeah, that's
like, hey, that's what an ace and what, nothing short of what he did last year in the World Series when he was able to come back and then pitch on short rest, to shut the door. I mean, that's what Slitler should be, looking at. I mean, like, all right, you got what you wanted. You talked that talk, a couple weeks ago about this what you wanted, and you realized that it really wasn't. But take it as a learning experience. But so as teams are doing that, man, like a Lindor is the type of piece that somebody should be trying to get. I mean, the Yankees should be trying to get Screwball, right? Because you're saying, hey, man, like, if our ace against their ace, our young ace against their ace is such a ass kicking, they had no problems with it, we better try and get another ace, right? We need as many great players as possible, right? Because they can throw Yamamoto out there, Ohtani, Shell, Snell. They can go out and go at that ass. So Lindor should be just right for the picking. People should say, all right, well, we'll give up our future for the now, and hopefully somebody take that massive contract up and Lindor's off your plate.
Well, but if you're going to even get anybody in return, you're going to have to eat a lot of the money, right? And so I just keep coming back to, like, what's the point? Why would you do any of it right now when you have the size payroll that you do? Are you punting on next year then too? Are you saying we're going to go into some kind of a rebuild, or how are we going to reshape this whole thing? Because that's not what I'm here to do.
Do we think this
That's not it.
Is this a 1 year change to be able to compete with the likes of that? Because, I mean, for the Mets, it's a different thing, right? The Mets, they just want to be in the mix. The Yankees, if you're not winning a championship, then what's the point, right, for the Yankees? But for the Mets, I think the Mets are just trying to get – now because they're bad for the last 2 years, they're just trying to get respectable, I think. I think they're just trying to make sure
how about competitive? Let's start at competitive.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think next year, the next step for them is to be competitive.
Boy.
And then I think the year after that, you go for it.
See, I think if you're the Mets at this point, there's not a next step to it. The next step is we win the damn division.
How do you catch up to the Braves and the
Phillies? When I'm spending the money that I am, and I'm counting on you to fix this, fix it does not mean you're getting 3 more years to do it. So fix it means you get your ass in gear and you fix it tomorrow.
But how do you shed some? If you shed some of that, it's easier to digest, because I feel like even if you don't shed it, you may still have the same issues.
Would you argue?
You don't have a first baseman. You don't have guys that can get on base. You're pitching shaky.
But would you argue that they made a mistake in getting Lindor, or in giving him the contract that they did?
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, nobody saw the Soto thing coming. He's been as advertised. I mean, was it last year where they switched him to lead off, and then that's when he started? Or that's the year before
with Lindor?
Yeah,
last year.
Last year they switched him to lead off, and then he had arguably an MVP caliber thing, but he had a horrible first half, so that didn't happen. He had injuries this year, and then now if yesterday's an indication about where he's going in the future, you can argue and say that, okay, well, he looks like he's trending in the right direction.
When I look at Lindor, I don't see a bust or a broken player. I see a guy that's been hurt this year, but between spring training and regular season.
But do you see a piece that fits? Like, because it doesn't matter.
See a piece that can fit.
You can can fit, right? It's the same thing. Like, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown fit until they didn't, right? Like, we've always had players that didn't
when a private equity group bought the Celtics. That was pretty. That's part of it too.
Yeah, but also, like, when you talk about economics, we're talking about $1 billion, right? You're talking $700 million, one guy, $300 million right there on two guys. That's $1 billion.
No, I get it, but I gave that guy that $340 million, whatever the number was, and I did it for 10 years.
Yep.
And I was comfortable with it. And I would say that so far, it hasn't been a bad contract or a horrible albatross.
Right.
We haven't reached that point yet.
But
if I get rid of him and I pay a lot of it to get rid of him, and I don't get a ton in return, like, what am I getting in return? This is my whole thing.
It depends.
I just want to know if you can sell me that you have a legitimate plan for us to be good next year if we're going to trade him now, okay. But what the hell is that plan?
I mean, maybe to get young prospects and only have to eat a third of the contract.
Man,
right. If you only eat a third of the contract, and you're able to get young prospects that's almost ready to come up, then you do that. Whatever happened to that prospect? Was it Kelnick? What was his name?
Yeah,
that was
Jared
Seattle?
Kelnick. Yeah, exactly. Whatever happened? He's on his fourth team. Has not become anything near what they thought he was going to become when the Mets made that Diaz trade. And people forget about that. Oh, what a horrible trade that was at the time. So many times these guys don't pan out. I want guys that can play in the big leagues, that actually can play. I'm tired of talking about prospects. I'm tired of talking about all that crap. Bart Carlin on ESPN New York. This is what I want to know. What's your thought on Lindor here? Do you want to trade him or not? And if so, why? That's my biggest thing. Why do you want to trade him? 800-919-3776. A couple of the chat things coming in. Let's see here. Reggie, Carlin usually reels in Bart by now, but he has no idea what he's talking about.
Who, me?
No, me. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm talking Chinese. I didn't even get to Carl Anthony Towns in the fake ass Alien Gonzalez. Not Alien Gonzalez. Giant Gonzalez chokeslam.
Oh, that was good though. It was fun.
But
the Danhausen thing was funny.
But I get it. But you got to sell it.
He threw a cat and a jersey into
but brother,
whatever that thing was, that machine he has.
Yeah, but brother, you want us to believe that you slammed a guy without bending your knees.
It's wrestling.
But you did it without bending your knee. You got to sell it better. You got to put the other hand on the back to act like you're pressing to pick him up. It's like you can't show everybody that the dude jumped in the air and you just brother, come on, man. Okay, when Kurt Angle got me in the ankle lock, he was like, listen. He was like, you're gonna feel some pressure. He said, but don't do I think it was some Jeff Hardy. He was like, don't tap before I even sink it in. You gotta wait and let me sink it in. Nobody will believe it. Cat just he literally picked up a human being.
Yep.
Like he would pick up a thing of milk. I'm Alien. I'm Giant Gonzalez. I'm the great Khabib. Come on, man. What the hell?
Don't hang the Giant. Don't hang Giant Gonzalez on him. That's rough. That's the worst thing you can hang
he's a bad
on
hack.
somebody.
He looked like Giant Gonzalez with
I
no
thought
muscle.
he looked better than that.
Then he had Kulak jeans on. I know he's a fast-moving guy, but come on, man. The Kulak jeans, come on, Cat. This is a bad week. Brunson did a better job. We knew Brunson wasn't even going to get in no mix with the little cast on.
A couple of other things here. Bart Carlin didn't know about the Falklands War. I kind of remember it.
I knew the name of the Falklands.
Yeah, I forgot but I forgot how much they still hated each other. I didn't even know how much they still hated each other over that. But we can get more into the Falkland Islands if you want. And then I
want to get into the guy not being able to get his check. How much money did he jack? Can we figure out how much money he makes?
I don't know that story. I got to figure that. I got to find that story out. And then last one, Bart, you came out to City Hall today for a meeting for the filibuster.
I did.
It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Heavy traffic now. Jackie Robinson Parkway eastbound by Cypress Hill Street. Accident blocking one lane. In Midtown, 43rd Street remains closed for that police department activity with that building issue by 2nd and 3rd Avenue. That's going on 2 weeks now. In the Hudson Valley, Port Chester area, northbound New England Thruway by exit 22, 95 by Midland Avenue. An accident, 2 lanes are blocked northbound 95. And to Queens, you got the Cross Island Parkway at Jamaica Avenue exit ramp, a crash blocking 1 lane. George Washington Bridge, heaviest for the upper level 20, Lincoln and Holland Tunnels 10. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
Hey, Yankees fans. Join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, August 21st, as the Yankees take on the Toronto Blue Jays. And don't miss Cody Bellinger Bobblehead Night, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will take home an exclusive Cody Bellinger bobblehead. Get here early, grab the giveaway, and cheer on the Bronx Bombers. Tickets are available now at Yankees.com/tickets.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Miller time. People think it just happens, but that's not true. You know what you gotta do? You gotta go say hello with some beers. Make the plans. Forget the couch. Go to that thing. Play the game. See him in person. Talk to that stranger. Live a little. Small acts of rebellion that bring us together. Because legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Progressive presents ways to save money that aren't bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive.
Thanks again for taking me to the game, man. I can't wait to get in there. By the way, what's in the bag?
Oh, I bring my own hot dog and peanuts. Saves a ton.
Savvy. And what about the beach chairs?
Why buy seats when you can save big and bring your own?
We can't get in without tickets.
Tickets? What do you think the portable TV is for?
Don't save money pretending to go to the game. You could save hundreds by switching to Progressive. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
I feel like it's like the Will Ferrell scene after he gave the unbelievable answer in Old School. I blacked out. What just happened? Like in the last 5 minutes, Bart just gave me an entire history lesson, and it's the first day back from vacation.
Yeah,
the brain is just not absorbing anything.
I gotta give you soft food right now. You can't eat solids. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give you baby food. I'm giving you too much to chew on.
Exactly.
It's deep, man. It's deep.
Here's the thing. What I realize is, like, I sit here, we talk about that stuff. I talked to my brother last night. He's talking about all the different companies he's working with and doing all this stuff. What are you doing? Talking about sports. Sports at Lindor. Should they trade him? That's what I'm doing. I'm not exactly splitting the atom here.
Yeah, but you saving people from jumping off cliffs. You know what I'm saying? This is like sports is the only safe space for us.
So I want to hear about this too. And this is the other thing I meant to ask people about. If you went to Fanatics Fest this weekend, give me the rundown, because this was year 3, and I'll be honest with you, I thought about going the other day, but I got back from Florida, and I was just a little too tired to go over and check it out, but I wasn't that far from doing it, and it looks crazy, but somebody described it to me as kind of empty calories. You know what I mean? So I want to know what this was. David and Elizabeth is going to start us off today. He went to Fanatics Fest. What's going on, bro?
Wait. What's going on, fellas? Hey, Bart, real quick, say hello, Fatty.
Hi.
Hey, what up,
Awesome.
though? Always a pleasure when you at home playing daddy daycare.
Oh, yeah.
Don't call the kid Fatty, man. As somebody that knows, that's going to stick with him, all right?
No. I call both of my daughters Fatty. That's their nicknames.
I'm telling you, that doesn't help.
It helps when you're skinny. When you're skinny, call Fatty, it's cool. When you call somebody tiny and they fat,
I mean,
that's
my
what
youngest. Nah, I ain't gonna hold you. My youngest is the chubby one. Like,
do you have any idea how much? Do you have any idea how much I pay for therapy right now? Any idea? And how much of that stems from the core memories as a kid? I don't want to scare you, but you're ruining it.
My bad, Chef. Yo, Chef, don't take no more days off, bro. Because when you take days off, we can't talk to Bart or get our regular work week through. Because, like, look, no, I'm not bashing Ty, but like, yo, when Ty gets on with him, it's like high school reunion. Yo, I get it. Bart's official. You want to hang out with Bart? It's beautiful, but bro, this is how I get through my work week. I gotta give you guys ideas, and y'all give it back to me. So look, I'm gonna be quick because there's a bunch of people that want to talk to you guys. Bart, I need your help, please. I got done dirty, and I'm Christ off at Fanatics Fest.
Oh,
yo,
somebody gave you gas face.
No, watch this. $289 I spent yesterday, right? And I was contemplating, like, yo, do I really want to spend
$289 for what?
$81 to get in, and $207 for 2 autographs. And guess what? I get there at 12:30 something. All Jet players are gone. They were switching people's times. I speak to some of the guys. They're like, "Oh, yo, they started early, and he already left." I'm like, "Bro, it's 12:30. Like, it started at 12 o'clock. This is impossible." So I ain't gonna hold you, Bart. Like, yo, it was funny, but I was angry, and the lady was like,
so hang on a second here.
15-minute shifts. Dude came 15 minutes, got that check, and got out.
So you got
Sadiq and Cooper, 15 minutes.
Hang on a second. So you did get their autographs or not?
No, they weren't even in line. The lines were naked. I'm over there.
Did you get your 207 back?
No, they're like, "Oh, yo, that we'll contact you." Oh yeah,
we'll
definitely putting in that we'll contact you. Definitely putting that dispute in. Definitely.
You got to call Jared and tell him, "Hey man, listen, hey, can I speak to Jared? Hey man, your players got paid for stuff that I ain't get my merchandise."
But hang on a second here. Now, I'm not 100% going to blame the players on this because however long they were there, I don't know what.
Damn, did people
things
care
happen with that stuff?
Did people care too little about the Jets that much? Today? It's like, y'all can go. Next up.
No, like I've gone to these things, not Fanatics Fest. I've gone to a couple years ago. I told you this. I wanted to go and get the 2 Steelers Super Bowl MVPs.
Aaron Rodgers?
No. Hines Ward. You remember Hines Ward, don't you? And Santonio Holmes. I wanted to get their autographs, and they're there. And so those guys are paid the flat fee to be there for X number of hours. But if they start changing around times around when they're going to be there and when they're not going to be there, and they're not telling you that, and you're not getting them an immediate refund for not getting that, that's crap.
Yeah, because the crazy thing is, if it opened, the doors open at 12:30, what did they do? Did they just sign in the back and leave?
Was that when the doors opened, or is that's when you got there, or what?
No, I got there at 12:30. Is that like getting to where their section was? Because I was already there like 12:12.
Right.
They started at 12 o'clock, and when I spoke to the lady, they were like, "Oh, they changed their tables." Then a fan was like, "Yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I've been here earlier than you. Yo, dog." He signed a few. Yeah, he was there for less than 15 minutes. Sadiq and Cooper. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I'm like, what about Darrelle Revis? They're like, oh, yo, same thing. As soon as they were done, they were gone. Then I spoke to some head dude, like manager guy, and he's like, yo, with those guys, they just did whatever people that were right there, and they left. And I'm like, bro, like, that's not fair. I'm like, and then, like, you guys switched their tables. Y'all did all this stuff. Like, I'm like, yo, just give me my money back, man. And they're like, oh, yeah, we'll contact you. I'm like, yeah, contact me if you can.
Listen, all right, I'm glad you called in, and I'm glad to know about it.
Go have to get Ruben, man. Go have to get at him.
No, what else?
Make it right, Jared.
This is going to sound wrong, okay? It might sound wrong. I don't always put this stuff on the players, okay? Because you don't know exactly what's going down.
Okay.
All in the moment about what the scheduling is. You've done these things.
So I never at this level.
Not at the
So what I can imagine is, right? I can imagine that the Jets are so unpopular Just keep it a buck. The Jets are so unpopular. They don't have a mainstay type of player right now. They don't have a Josh Allen or a Matthew Stafford to put out. And you're in a place, yes, you're in New York, but you're in a place where that type of level of athlete is there. So I can imagine that they only gave the Jets so much time because they wanted to get the big guns out, right? The people that was going to have lines, Tom Brady, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, Randy Moss. I don't know who was there. I didn't go.
This is at the entire Javits Center, man.
I know, but just imagine how many different sports are there. You got basketball, you got football, you got hockey, you got wrestling, right? So I can only imagine they was like, hey, man, this is all that's here right now. Bam, we're going to put y'all through. Let somebody else go through. Because I can only imagine we had, what was his name, Rick Rubin?
No, what's his Michael Rubin.
Michael Rubin. Yeah. We've had Michael Rubin on the show, right? And he says he doesn't do this to make money because you can only imagine how much money.
They cleaned up this weekend, and I'm not saying that just talking out of my, you know what? I was reading some of the numbers on it. They cleaned up.
Okay,
they made money.
What the first couple of years
they spent? The numbers were supposedly for the appearances. They spent roughly $10 million over the 4 days on athlete appearances.
Okay,
roughly.
But how much to rent the Javits Center?
But there's all that stuff. And there's all the things that go in with it. Yeah, but the projection was
they made money.
They were making money, and they were doing really well.
Okay. Well, the first couple of years we knew it wasn't that, right?
Right.
Because you had to establish it. Now, right now, third one, people start to expect it. They know it's a good time. They bring their kids out. But I can only imagine like cycling how many athletes they cycle through to be able. So they probably only have them there half an hour, 20 minutes, unless you have the guys that's going to be on stage, on the main stage. I would imagine that the Jets players like Sadiq, who cares about a college player that was a first-round draft
pick? You know what? I'll give you an example. So last Monday we had Eric LeGrand's golf tournament, and I had a David Bailey signed football from the Jets that we auctioned off. And I was wondering, what's this going to do? Because it's one of their better players, and he's number 2 overall pick, but still, like, people don't know him.
Right.
Hey, still got $250.
Right.
It was not an NFL ball. It was like one of those white panel balls.
But how much would Grunt get?
Well, that's Grunt.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So at these places like this, like if this was when like Sanchez was in his second year, stuff like that, or Eli or somebody like Michael Strahan, you got to think it's guys like Michael Strahan, Eli Manning, Odell Beckham. That's going to. So I'm assuming that when the Jets players came up, or even some of the Giants players, like Skattebo got to sit at a thing and do an interview.
I'll get to that dumbass in a few.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like they're the now, right? So like you got the newness of the now, but Skattebo at least has played the season.
Yeah.
Right? A guy like Sadiq just got there. Now, I'm surprised that Revis got in and out, but Revis has always been about his money. So Revis got his money. That's it. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless. Good night. Give me my cash. You know what I'm saying? But imagine Barry Sanders. I don't know who was all there.
Listen, I don't know how the whole thing worked. Here's what I do know. You pay for something. You don't get it in a minute. You're not holding my money for months.
Yeah.
Okay? That's not what this is going on.
I'm telling you, if I was you, Dave, call Jared. Say, you've been done wrong.
But that's not Jared's fault.
I know. But say, I've been done wrong. Can I send this over? Can you have these guys kindly, please?
It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel at 800-919-3776. I do want to hear from other people that went to Fanatics Fest, how it was, all of that stuff. Take me into it, because I didn't get a chance to go this year. I would really want to hear from fans and what the fans' experiences have been. It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
NBA champion, Finals MVP, Jalen Brunson. Describe the experience of what the last month has been like for you.
That's a loaded question. It's been a roller coaster, honestly. Obviously, once we won and everything was up high and everything was amazing. The parade and all of that, just everything after we won was just amazing.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Weekdays at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Summer in New York just got hotter.
Tim McGraw, the Pawn Shop Guitar Tour. Get lost in the songs you love to sing. With special guests, 49 Winchester. Get ready for a summer show you don't want to miss. Northwell at Jones Beach Theater, Friday, July 24th. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Part of the Cadillac Tri-State Concert Series.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
This is the Michael K. Show.
You might all disagree with me on this. 7th game of the World Series. The Yankees have to win to be champions. Every single one of their starting pitching is available. I could choose between Garrett Cole, a former Cy Young Award winner. I could choose between Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, Will Warren, Ryan Weathers, or Cam Schlittler. There's one guy on the staff that's dominant and great, and that's Schlittler.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
Empower. After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he can be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at Empower.com.
Drip Drop is doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better. Trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro sports teams. Drip Drop is engineered to hydrate faster and more effectively than water alone, with 3 times the electrolytes of leading sports drinks. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code RADIO20 for 20% off your first order. That's dripdrop.com, promo code RADIO20.
Zuffa Boxing makes its New York City debut on Sunday, July 26th with a double main event featuring hometown favorites Edgar Berlanga and Richardson Hitchens in separate bouts. Live from the Infosys Theater at Madison Square Garden. Enter for your chance to win tickets on the ESPN New York app. Berlanga takes on Stephen Butler in a 10-round super middleweight showdown, while Richardson Hitchens faces Ricardo Salas in a 12-round welterweight contest. Don't miss this huge night of boxing. Brought to you by Madison Square Garden. Enter to win tickets now on the ESPN New York app.
Well, I'm getting chippy right away. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. And
right back in stride.
Yeah, ESPN New York YouTube channel. Also on the Lindor stuff at 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN, and on Fanatics Fest, how much you enjoyed it, what it was, and because I'm fascinated by this kind of thing. I used to be a big card guy when I was a kid.
Not as bad.
Yeah, it is, and I'm into it. I have never loved the idea of paying money for autographs, but I'm not completely against it either if it's something that I think is special, right? Like, I get it. I do get it. Ray in Connecticut is up on the Mets. Ray, what's going on, bud? How are you?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
You got it.
So, I don't even know where to start. I didn't trust the David Stearns hiring when it happened. Then 2024 happens, and, that was a wonderful ride. And then December of last year, David Stearns absolutely destroyed this team. Every move he made is terrible. Polanco, Robert Jr., Bo Bichette. I don't care that Bo Bichette is coming around. It doesn't matter to me. I have no attachment to that guy. He could be gone tomorrow.
Well, he'll probably luck out, and Bichette will opt out if he continues to hit well for the rest of the season. That's what you should hope for.
Well, okay, great. So how does David Stearns, why do I trust that David Stearns will fix this thing that he has destroyed.
Well, let me ask you this. Listen, Ray, I don't trust it either, okay? Ray, here's the thing. I don't trust it either, all right? But if we're paying the guy $10 million a year and we waited as long as we did to get him here, am I going to bail out after 2.5 to 3 years that quickly and just send him on vacation for the next 2 years at $10 million per? Like, would you want to do that? If I were Steve Cohen at that point, and I'm not saying we got to go through the entire contract. I know he said that. I think it's next year, and that's it. But I'm making you stay and fix this.
I'm a Giant fan. I watched them fire 3 coaches after 2 years. This guy
and how did it work
is a
out?
cancer. Well, we're finally here with Harbaugh now, with my fingers crossed.
But how many coaches did you go through between Coughlin and now to get to Harbaugh? That's my point.
I know that. And I'm not getting any younger, guys.
I'm not saying that Stearns is going to fix this. I'm just saying this guy, for everything I handed you, you better fix it. Like, I've told this story before. It's from a good friend of mine who did minor league baseball. And I did minor league baseball, too. My friend Bob Beeler is the voice of Boise State now. But he did AA ball, and he was calling games in Chattanooga, Tennessee for one of the worst teams you've ever seen. And they're getting their ass kicked day in and day out. And one day it's like 105 degrees, and they're out there playing, and it's the first inning, and they're losing 6-0. And there's a controversial call at second base, but not that controversial. The manager goes out there, and he's screaming and yelling and doing all this stuff with the umpire and just losing his mind, takes the base, throws the base, kicking dirt, whole thing. Umpire won't throw him out. He's trying to get thrown out of the game. And then the umpire just says something to him, and the guy turns around, walks back to the dugout. And my friend asked him after the game, what did the umpire say to you? If I have to sit out here in 105-degree heat and watch your blankety-blank team, so do you. So I'm making you sit through this, too. You have to fix this, too. That's my point.
Yeah, I get it, but are you cutting your nose off to spite your face? Can you identify that maybe you made a bad decision and it's not going to work out? And at the end of the year, you should just eat it and say, okay, listen, you got me.
All right, but can we agree on one thing? If you're going to do that, you better have the answer ready to go. And then I'm going to go spend another $10 million on Theo Epstein?
But that's the heart, yeah. And does Theo
At least
Epstein,
there's a proof of concept there.
But does Theo Epstein still got his fastball?
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, so it's always difficult when somebody it's like when the last time when Joe Gibbs came back and we thought, he's gonna restore everything back, and everybody knew yellow. Oh, that means left.
Yeah.
And we all said, dude, still using the same stuff. You can't beat me with the same old ass tricks. Different game, baby.
Jacob in Manhattan is next on ESPN New York. Jacob, what's up, bud? Jacob.
Damn.
He's gone. He was going to chime in on Fanatics Fest and was saying that it was a fun thing, and the phone's ringing back again.
I think he said it was he gave it a rating too, man. I was waiting to see the rating.
See, I'm fascinated by this whole thing though. Like when you did these things, it was always the same kind of thing, right? Where it's a flat fee, you're here for 2-3 hours, whatever it is, and you're just signing. You just keep signing.
Yep, you sign some blind ones in the back. You got a time for when you're gonna sign. People get there. You sign and you out. Yeah, I've done a bunch of these, and you just you got the call in, the mail in ones, right? Where people, so you go in the back and sign those. Those are ones that's going to be distributed. Then the person that's throwing the event might want to keep some for themselves so that they can have some stuff in case they want to auction off or somebody asks for charity or something. You hold those and you kind of give them out that way.
I get it from a player perspective, but if that had happened to me, I'd be annoyed. And when I say I get it from a player perspective, what I mean is I don't necessarily blame the player for that right away because of all the people that are involved in that.
Yeah, when they moved the time and where you going, they probably did that because they wanted to get them on I would assume that the better you are, the later your times. So the fact that Sadiq and all of those guys were it opened at 12 and they was like 12:05. Let you know how high they were as far as the pecking order.
But does that mean the line was empty? It didn't sound like that was the deal with David.
Well, yeah, it did. It sounded like they signed and they got up out of there.
In other words, like 12:15.
Right.
All right, we signed everything
Let's
we
see the
had.
line. Yeah, ain't nobody
as
there.
opposed to the people that were just counting on the fact that we're going to be there until 2:00.
Right.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's crap to me. If you're going to go and you're going to say that this person's going to be signing from X to X, then that's what you're doing. And that means
they might have gave it like 5 minutes. Like, hey man, like you got the athlete just sitting there. He feel uncomfortable. Like, man, I ain't got nobody.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you're
a rookie. You're a rookie, bro. Yeah, you're a rookie. Yeah, you're in New York, and the Jets haven't been good.
Let's say that guy's getting paid $5,000 for that 2 hours.
They probably got 10.
All right,
20.
You got 10 or 20.
Hey.
Sit and be uncomfortable for 2 hours.
Exactly.
You got the money.
I'll be sitting there like this. Yeah, my bad, dog. Dozed off a little bit. What's up? I got you. You want a picture? Yeah, come on.
Rob in Hoboken next on ESPN New York. Rob, what's going on?
He went all 4 days. What that cost? What up, Rob?
How's it going, guys?
How you doing?
Good.
Good. So I was at Fanatics Fest all 4 days. I've done the last 2 years. Just a little clarification on the autograph situation. They were all 3 players were set at noon. So they were always set at noon. But those lines for Sadiq, those lines for Omar, and when they were Cooper, they were very short. And as soon as they went down, they basically shut it down. I saw the same thing with Emmitt Smith. I saw Emmitt Smith's line. When his line was done, he was just sitting there eating lunch and then decided to leave. So I don't think they
that's
changed
not right
the times.
to me.
I think it's just
if that's and I don't have the full context.
They saying
of it
be
all.
there on time.
Yeah, I just be there on time, but also be there for the time that you are supposed to be there. Period. Because people plan their day around that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and what about traffic? What about the people that had to deal with the floods and all that stuff, man? Cleanup and all that stuff.
Oh my God, it was a disaster.
Yeah. Did you take the ferry over, Rob? I'm just messing with you.
I mean, they improved the autograph situation from the past years. The past years were a nightmare. This was a little better, but they still have a lot to work on.
Did you enjoy it? Did you feel like it's worth it?
I mean, I do because I get a lot of autographs. I've been collecting memorabilia for years. That's enjoyable. There's definitely problems. Like there are a lot of cool panels. There's a lot of the Fanatics Fest games are fun. But it's almost impossible to get near any of them unless you're waiting for a good hour and a half.
What is this, Disney World?
Shop and then what do you say? Yeah, basically. And they.
Well, that's well worth it. That's family fun at Disney.
Like they had a free photo op with Cat, which they didn't anticipate, which was stupid. They didn't anticipate, there'd be a crush of people there, and it was a complete nightmare. They kept trying to kick people off the line. They were trying to find, they just didn't have enough to
Rob,
give it out to everybody, so people were pissed off. Yeah.
So what was the highlight for you? What was the highlight? Like the panel, the game, or what was the best experience that you experienced while you were there?
I mean, the Knicks panel was great. I mean, I saw it from a distance, but I did hear it and see it. The Knicks panel, they had all, the whole Knicks there recapping the playoffs. So those were cool. The games are neat too. Like, I mean, if you have a chance, if you want to wait on a line, some of the games are cool. Shooting hoops and they have like an ABS machine, which was new, so you could throw a pitch and they would see if it was a strike or not. I mean, they had some cool games. Look, I like autographs, so that's kind of why I went all 4 days, because I wanted to get guys. It's just kind of fun to walk around. There's a lot of free swag they give you.
Who you get? Who you get, man? No, I want to know who you was there for. Who you get? Who you add to your collection?
Well, I got Revis on. I've been waiting to get Revis on a football, so that was cool. I got Revis. A big Mets fan, so I got Keith and Straw on a few things, which was nice. I got Joe Montana on a Sports Illustrated that I had gotten Jerry Rice to sign. So I got Montana on there, which is great.
Okay, that's some pretty impressive people.
So it's it's not cheap either. But I wanted to get.
Do you mind? Do you mind? Can you let us know?
But the Knicks were.
Can you let us know? Because me and Carlin gonna try and set us up a fan fest at the McDonald's. Me, Ray Lucas.
You better come to me with some fries.
Sean Ellis.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Fans arrive early at Yankee Stadium on Saturday, August 8th for the 78th Annual Old Timers Day presented by Fresh Direct. See Yankees legends put on the pinstripes again and take the field at Yankee Stadium. Relive memories of your favorite former Yankees and make new memories with your family. After the Old Timers Day ceremony and game conclude, stick around to see your Bronx Bombers take on Atlanta. Get your Saturday, August 8th Old Timers Day tickets presented by Fresh Direct at Yankees.com/tickets today.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, and I know how a serious accident can change your life just like that.
I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and I understand that with pain comes medical bills and time out of work. Let us get you justice.
This is John Ryan, the closer. For over 35 years, our family has been getting accident victims every dollar they deserve.
I started this firm for the injured so they can bite back against the insurance companies.
Our legacy is to get you justice. Bite back.
To get you paid, bite back.
At D'Agostino & Associates, bite back means fight back. When you're hurt and they blame you, we bite back and get you every dollar you deserve. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, so call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. 1-800-248-3222. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Everyone needs to take care of their mental health, even running back Bijan Robinson.
When I'm on the field and feeling the pressure, I usually just take a deep breath. When I'm just breathing and seeing what's in front of me, everything just slows down. It just makes me feel great before I run the play.
Just like Bijan, we all need a strong mental game on and off the field. Make a game plan for your mental health at loveyourmindplaybook.org.
Love your mind.
Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Foundation, the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation, and the Ad Council.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
I want to hear from more people who were at Fanatics Fest this weekend and how it was, how much you enjoyed it. If you had problems, that would drive me absolutely insane. If I paid for autographs and I knew that so-and-so was going to be at a booth from 12 to 1:30 and they're gone at 12:15 because the line's empty, that's crap.
You got to give the lines a chance to fill up.
That's crap.
Like, what if somebody's stuck trying to get somebody else at the same time? What if you got two players? Do you have to make the decision? So you're going to go to the line that you want to go to first in hopes that, I go to the other person, especially when you're trying to get multiple people.
One of them goes, no, Chris, Patrick Taylor on the ESPN New York YouTube show. No, Chris, you have to have a heart. You can't leave those guys out there looking stupid with no customers on their line. No, hang on.
They're getting paid big money. Who cares?
Yeah, you're getting paid $10 grand.
Hey, looking stupid. You're getting a check.
Let's just say you're getting paid $10 grand for 2 hours. This is what you do, unfortunately. And if I'm those guys, if I'm the guys who are running that whole thing, I'm having them sign other stuff in the meantime so that I have that stuff if I need it.
Yeah, or you can have them pre-sign stuff. You know
that's what I mean.
While their time is going, you just signing and you taking that in the back, because I'm sure they're going to keep some for collectible stuff.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Eddie in Brooklyn is next on ESPN New York. What's up, Eddie? How are you?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm good. I wanted to say two things. One, thank you to ESPN New York, because I actually won my tickets to Fanatics Fest from you guys.
Nice. That's great.
Also, as far as what you're talking about with the autographs, when you do the autograph session or the photo, that's pre-sold. You have to buy that ahead of time.
Right.
It's not like you just show up and
so
get
you
online
basically
and buy
have your ticket or your receipt that you bring there. No, I get you're not handing them the money when you get there, but like when somebody doesn't show up or you're not getting your thing, how long am I now going to wait for a refund for that?
Right, that's what I don't know, but I'm saying, like, as far as, like, if the line is empty, they still know, we sold 200 of these autographs. So we only signed for 15 people. We know we didn't fulfill the order.
No, I understand that. What I'm saying is for the player, like, if you're not there and a person goes and then, sorry, you missed out, and I paid $100 in advance for that, no, that doesn't work for me. All right, refund my money right now. That's what you do. Don't make me sit around and wait. You made me pay in advance. Don't make me sit around and wait another 3 weeks so you can process it and hold on to my money until then. And I know I'm being naive here when I say this, but I know I'm being naive here when I say this, but it's still crap if that's what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's more on the organizers, not the athlete. Like, they don't really know how many people bought it.
No, I agree.
So they're just there when they tell them, you leave. Because Josh Hart had a similar situation. He signed, and then he left, and people posted that he left, and then he came back.
Damn.
Yeah, well.
But his ears to the streets. That lets you know he got good people.
Well, he said, because he responded to the person that criticized him, and he was like, listen, it's not my event. They tell me when and where to go.
I still would want to let me ask this question, Eddie. If you went there and you had not already bought a ticket in advance, for a particular autograph, and you see that, let's say you're a Jet fan, I didn't realize Kenyon Sadiq's here. Can you buy a ticket in that moment?
You got to go through the app, and if it's available, because some of them sell out, so you can't buy it. So you go through the app while you're there, and you buy it.
It's a cap on how much money they want to make?
Well, I would think that
I would have had Joe Montana for 3 days straight if he still had a demand.
If it's Jalen Brunson, I'm sure that the cap on the number of things that he could sign in a 2-hour period, let's say.
But he had surgery on his right hand
or the picture.
So did he just stamp it? He got a stamp autograph.
There's a cap on the number of pictures you can take at $937 a pop. That's what it was to take a picture with Jalen.
It's not. We can keep going. It's like what I was saying. I know we're supposed to shut out. You can't keep this thing rolling. That's how
And they talked about the panels. There were about 6 of them that LeBron was on, and all of them were not ones that he made a decision on either. Oh, my God. Seriously, we're now waiting for the NBA schedule for LeBron to make a decision as to where he's going. This is how utterly absurd this gets. And he's never made you wait this long before. He's never made you wait this long
before. Come on, man. It's the World Cup, man. You got to let this stuff – he wants the days to himself, baby. You know what I'm saying? He monitoring this Aaron Donald thing. He's like, all right, I got to announce my announcement after the Aaron Donald. You know what I'm saying?
But the league – people would like to know when games are. How about that?
Hey, he like, y'all gonna wait till when Aaron Donald say if he coming back or not, then I'm say he ain't gonna announce the day after I'm coming back or where I'm going. He gonna announce where he going, and it's gonna kill my shine.
I'll tell you, I have though listened a lot to a lot of the talk around LeBron, whether it's from Brian Windhorst on Hoop Collective, which has been excellent. He thinks he doesn't think, but he's not reporting because he's very careful about that stuff. But he said the place that just makes the most sense to him right now is Miami. Yeah. Then you've got.
How can you go back to Pat Riley after he, 81
took
years
away
old?
Your cookies?
Yeah, took my cookies, son. like, hold up, man. I mean, at this point, like Pat Riley he drinking Ensure. He 81 years old, son.
But if Miami's the place where LeBron's going to have the ball in his hands the most.
Yeah, but it's about his family though. I guess it makes Donovan Mitchell and you saying Donovan Mitchell, you talking about James Harden. Well, I think him not having a ball in his hands actually preserves him. Playing off the ball, cutting, spot up shooting. He's become a well-improved three-point shooter.
Well, he's also got, to your point about the defense, he's got to be able to get hidden defensively.
Yeah. Well, that's what Evan Mobley. I'd rather be hidden behind Evan Mobley. I guess Giannis is an eraser, but that's only and Bam Adebayo. So I guess Miami has better defense.
Yeah,
because you think about Bam Adebayo and Giannis. Those are two defensive of the year candidates, but Cleveland has one too. So I think if that's the case, it comes down to where his family wants him to be.
Look, I'm just I'm kind of tired of waiting on this every single year. And now that we go through it, what exactly are we waiting on? Like, these teams are not going and making a lot of their moves in advance to try to attract LeBron. It's now more of a team sitting back and waiting and telling LeBron, well, if you come here, well, we could talk about doing this, this, and this. In other words, they're not positioning themselves in advance to try to make themselves more attractive to LeBron, even though Rich Paul says 27 teams reached out about LeBron.
Yeah,
27.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? He's playing for nothing. Like, you know what I mean? He's the best.
But I want to see the call from Sacramento about LeBron.
Hey, you think? Hey, him and Sabonis make a hell of a team.
What about Portland? They're gonna end up moving Portland. Sounds like that team's gonna get them moving in the next couple of years.
Are they?
Because they got the new owner, the guy who's as cheap as can be.
Yeah, he's fighting something, right?
Yeah, and they basically just did a very small lease with the city on their arena. I'm not going to be shocked to see Portland move. Anyway, point being, which would affect expansion.
But I'm telling you, Dame Dollar and all those guys, man, that's an intriguing team. They got a lot of talent.
Here's the point. Do you think 27 teams called on LeBron? 27?
Yeah, only the Pistons. I think the Pistons called. Pistons can't get nobody, man.
Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Oh, look at this. Where is it? I need to find it, Ray. I coming back, I just can't find it. There it is.
Uh-oh. That is true. This has been happening quietly in the night, baby.
Richard in Manhattan. Hello, Richard.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Bart.
What up?
The Red Sox. Fellas, the Red Sox, 13 straight wins.
Longest
I think
win
they're 21 and 3 since they played those, when they came alive with the Yankee 4-game sweep. They were 15 games under the Red Sox. Fellas, this got to be a major league record. A team getting this hot this quickly from 15 games under. I mean, obviously, there have been teams that have been better than this. But this,
are you saying that it's a chance for the Mets if they win 13 straight? They'd be right there.
Well, yeah, that's implicit. But it's like anything, it gives anyone hope. But can you imagine, Bart, how fast and how quickly and how good they got? Now, Bart, listen to this, Chris. If the Phillies and the Red Sox get into the World Series, they'll do something that's never happened in sports, and I say right now will never, ever happen in sports. Two teams are playing for a championship, and I go to all 4 sports, football, hockey, basketball, and baseball. First time in their history that the 2 teams fighting for the championship in the championship game had coaches or managers fired during the season. That's almost impossible to do. And this will be the first time. So I think that's an unbelievable statistic. But as far as what you were saying about the World Cup, the one good thing about the World Cup yesterday, the better team won. Thank God it didn't go to the shootout at the end, because that would have been disgusting. That would have been disgusting. The better team won. I was surprised how poor sportsmanship Argentinians. That was terrible. That was terrible. They were outplayed.
Richard, apparently that's their makeup. That's what everybody says about them. We just didn't know. I think it just got exposed to American audience and those who are casuals who don't really watch. But apparently they've been that, right? That's why nobody like them, because of Messi and the antics that they do and the calls that they get. And it was almost like FIFA. A lot of people want the commissioner, their version of a commissioner, to be investigated, because he's an Argentinian fan, and they believe that whatever happened with America and political favors being done, they want to maybe try and vote him out. That's right here in the Daily News. You know what I'm saying? I was reading that today, baby. Let me see, Article 12, Rule 5. Never mind. y'all get just trust me on that.
With the hard copy of the Daily News.
Just trust me on that.
It does seem like, as a country, we came out of this pretty positively.
Yeah.
A lot of people, there was a lot made at the beginning about people discovering, international people discovering some of the idiosyncrasies of America.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't come because they were afraid ICE was going to be tripping and all that stuff. And a lot of people, visas, a lot of players couldn't get over for a while. Senegal and stuff like that. Some of the African states, their family couldn't come over and support.
There
all
were
that type
some
of stuff.
people. There were some parts of teams that had to stay in Mexico and then flew over for the game and then flew back in L.A. and such. I can't speak specifics to that.
And it's supposed to be it's apolitical. And they were talking about how badly the Iranian team was treated too. So there's a lot of stuff going on with that as well. As we're in conflict.
But I'm saying, publicly, all the politics aside.
Yeah, America came out all right.
We came out looking like we did a good job with our part of this thing.
Well, I mean, just the national treasure that Jameis Winston was for the, was enough. Says, hey, we like them boys over there and them Yankees over there. They're all right. But I think that what the world discovered is not everybody's. That the people that represent us that travel abroad isn't the true essence of what America is really about. America is built on hardworking, humble people with humble means who just want what everybody else in the world wants, and that's to raise their family, for their kids to be better off than what they were, and for their kids to be safe and to live their dreams. And I think sometimes people think that Americans and, whatever they see on BBC or whatever, however we're covered, if you ever go across to another country, just kind of watch the news and you would hate Americans too when you see what you see and hear what you hear. And then you go out there, you got some dude saying, where's the honey mustard? You dummy. You like, we don't do that over here, sir. And just so you know, honey mustard's not customary, not custom over here. Like, we don't put honey mustard on our stuff. What do you mean you don't have any Swiss cheese? Sir, you're in Switzerland. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's just cheese.
Yeah.
and there ain't no holes in it.
Right. This ain't Swiss cheese. Where's the hole? So, sometimes what goes over there isn't a great representation of what America really is. And I think when they came over here and they go to Checkers and they get served by, I watched a little boy from Switzerland. He was somewhere, maybe he was in Texas, I think. And he was ordering a burger. He wanted to order a burger, but he wanted with no cheese. He wanted ketchup and mustard, and he ate it. And he's like, "How is it?" And he had a milkshake. He's like, "This is amazing." Whether it was the Japanese player that was in Texas, and he ate his first big ass beef rib, and it was big. He's like, "Look how big it is." Or it's the people that they didn't realize that over here you can get a 35-ounce. Fountain drink. That's standard. That's the large at the movie theater. No, he's like, it was a dude like, oh my God, it's bigger than my head.
Yeah.
Or rather, it was the people that went to
Costco. What's the price difference between that and a smaller nickel?
right. Like the people that went to Costco was like, oh my God, I can't believe how much food is here.
I mean, they drank Boston Dry.
Right. Drink Boston
Scotland
Dry.
Took them out. Scotland took out Boston and Miami.
Hey, y'all don't got enough beer in y'all gross domestic product.
You know what's funny though? I do wonder if everybody would be feeling as positively about the entire experience if we had won with Balogun. If we had taken it further, not necessarily won the whole thing.
No, that pissed a lot of people off.
Because that's frankly why a lot of people were rooting against the Argentinians.
Yeah.
Is how much they got helped by that whole game in that Egypt game.
Yeah, I mean, even before that, man, what England got away with what they did to Ghana. It was crazy. It was clear favorites. And I think, it was a poll. I think I was on ESPN. It was a poll where they were trying to judge the level of disappointment from Messi was the top, right? The best it could be. And then the bottom of disappointment was Polsnik.
Yeah.
Pulisic. Yeah, Pulisic. It was his spot on the team is it's time for them to switch to
took him out.
Yeah.
It took him out as they should. Hey, Zuffa Boxing making its New York City debut.
Yeah, that's where our girl Molly at, man.
That is right. Sunday, July 26th. Live from the Infosys Theater at Madison Square Garden with a can't-miss double main event. Brooklyn's own Edgar Berlanga taking on Stephen Butler, 10-round super middleweight showdown. And undefeated former super lightweight world champion Richard Hitchens faces Ricardo Salas in a 12-round welterweight bout. Want to be there? Well, ESPN New York has your chance to win tickets. Just open the ESPN New York app, find the contest tile, and submit your entry. Don't miss this huge night of boxing. It's brought to you by Madison Square Garden. Or get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
So not in the big arena, right? So I just want everybody to know this is one of the theaters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not the biggest names, right? Local stars, right? Trying to get the locals to come out. Not big names, but I tell you what, I can remember kind of going to the small theaters and watching fights of guys that were trying to get to the next level. Can't go in here and point your way to death. You got to go out there and go for broke. And even if you're the prospect that's supposed to win, you have to do it in dramatic fashion, meaning you got to knock somebody's ass out. You can't go in there and box and think you're going to get on the decision. You got to go out there and do what you're paid to do, and you're paid to be entertaining and to knock somebody smooth out. And I can remember I was watching this fighter, and I would go, and he was always on the card. Sometimes he was the headliner, sometimes he wasn't. But, man, this dude just throw punches, and he had a chin like Tick. You know what I'm saying? He was like Ben Affleck and Tick, man, or Daredevil. He can just take one on the chin, and it didn't matter. He just came through everybody. A couple years later, he would fight one of the best trilogies in all of boxing. Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G. Triple G made his name in those small theaters at Madison Square Garden, and you knew you were watching something special. You just didn't know how long it was going to take for him to get a shot because he was dangerous. He wasn't a flashy guy, right? He wasn't a big talker or a self-promoter or a marketer, but, man, nobody wanted to fight him too. And when he finally got a shot, he became one of the most entertaining stars, but also one of the biggest draws. But he made his name fighting in the little theater in Madison Square Garden. And, Zuff is maybe trying to capture that type of lightning in the bottle because we used to have Friday night fights. And some of the best things we used to have, man, USA Friday night fights, where you used to see some classics. You see some guys getting their ass knocked out. I remember one time I was at one of his events, and dude's getting his ass kicked in front of his woman. And we kind of, what happens when you fight in these smaller places, you get to kind of talk to people in between fights, and you get to figure out, like, okay, because, like, when it's a fighter's fight, I think they have a certain section that's for the family and friends, and then they get to sit there. Then when their family's up, they go. And I remember, like, I was with some of my boys, somebody was like, before, like, first of all, I think he thought we were trying to talk to his wife, so he was distracted. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, we talked to his wife during the fight. He keep looking at us. Man, he got his ass knocked out. We say, did he train? Like, what the heck? That was an ass move. Did he train? I think he was more distracted and thinking that he was some football players trying to take his wife from him. You know what I'm saying? It might have glanced and looked off the line, he didn't take his head off the track, got his ass knocked smooth out. He got knocked out like Roy Jones got knocked out. When you get knocked out, and his foot was stuck in the air and it reached out, like, yeah, she ain't gonna never respect you no more, player. Go home, tell your kid to take out the trash. You take out the trash, Daddy. Ain't doing nothing.
Steve in Middle Village up on ESPN New York. Steve, what's going on?
Hey, guys, thank you for taking the call. All this talk about going to events with paid autographs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not of the age for that. I'm over 70 now, and I was been very lucky, either by dumb luck living in New York or being a business journalist. I went to a lot of different events. I met a lot of people.
Okay.
I mean, Phil Rizzuto, and I'll drop names, and I'm not going to do that.
No, you name drop. Keep name dropping. Go ahead. You started it. Go ahead and finish it.
Mickey Mantle, Phil Rizzuto, Tony Bennett, Mariano Rivera. I'm just looking at the walls here. Right. All of them were great. One of the main celebrities I met the day I bought my wife's engagement ring, I saw a Doubleday that Sophia Loren was going to be there to sign her autobiography. The only thing is, to get an autograph, you had to buy the book. So I guess technically I bought her autograph for that.
So you don't see
the joy of it, though. Sorry.
So you don't see the appeal of going out and getting it, but you've gotten a bunch of autographs. And you've had, because of your career, you've had unique access. But if you didn't have that access, it sounds to me that you would have want these and you would have had to pay for it. So not everybody has the access that you have.
Exactly. I completely agree with you. I'll just leave you with one last name drop. I was at a convention in Vegas, and I saw this tall man in the 1980s, very distinguished, and I was always talkative. I was a reporter. And I said, "Hello, Mr. Grant." It was Cary Grant, the famous actor, my wife's favorite actor. He came over just like Cary Grant, and I couldn't say anything. I was pointing at my reporter's notebook to say, basically miming, can you give me an autograph?
So you would pay for it. So you would pay for it.
No, I didn't.
No. What, Steve? What I'm saying is, Steve, if you knew Grant, your wife's favorite actor, would be somewhere, and all you had to do was pay for it instead of dumb luck, you would pay.
You got me on that one.
Yeah, you would pay, right? So that's the appeal. That's why people pay for it, because they say, hey, man, I got a job. I don't have time to run into people. I'm not a reporter, so I don't have access to be in places that they're at. Let me cut to the chase. Let me just go get it.
Millions of dollars they made. Millions.
And he said he's 70. He said he's 70 years old. Yeah. So he grew up in the era where people collected damn baseball cards. And Mickey Mantle, how much would that be worth today?
And people also grew up in an era where people were around more. Around
because they had regular jobs.
People, no. I'm talking about like athletes were around.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Because they had jobs in the off season. He's 70 years old. He's the golden era of like, oh, I got baseball cards. He's Sandlot age. Oof. So he wanted to name drop to us and tell us all the things that he had that he wouldn't pay for it. But you asked these people for it, so clearly it had value to you. That was a walking contradiction.
That is 5 minutes I ain't getting back.
He said, you got me there. Yeah, I got you. I've been had you when you said like you was on the act like, oh, I've been around Mickey Mantle. Yeah, you would have paid for Mickey Mantle's stuff if he had an autograph signing, if it was something like Fan Fest.
Let's take him behind the scenes for a second here. This is an off-air conversation.
Do we put him in a richer category?
No, this is an off-air conversation you and I should have. But we'll have it on the air right now.
Okay.
Sometimes when I'm about to cut somebody off,
I know.
You go and you start asking him questions.
I felt it because I knew he was a walking liar and the contradiction, so I wanted to catch him up.
No. But this happens more than just with him. You see me going for the clip.
Yeah, and I ask him a question.
And I'm looking at the clock, and I'm doing my thing, and I'm like, okay, trying to keep the show moving. And you're like, no, let me drag this out more. No. Somebody get me an oar so I can beat this dead horse.
Yes, because I wanted to whoop his ass, man. Like, listen, because he's a walking kind. He wanted to name. That's why I said, no, go ahead and name him. Because like you want to name all the people you've been around and
I want name drop. Cary Grant.
Yeah. I was a reporter and I was around Mickey Mouse. I wanted him to name drop and say all this stuff that he did, and then only for me to say, yeah, if it's your wife's favorite actor, you would have paid for it, right? Oh, you got me there. I've been had you.
Did you guys? I don't know. I don't think you did. Did you watch The Office or no? The show, The Office.
Every once in a while.
Okay. Ray, did you watch
I love the movie that he had.
No. Tom, Office?
Office is my favorite show of all time.
All right, Tom, do you remember this where there's a scene, it's one of the earlier episodes, but sometimes Jim will just sit there and die of boredom, and it's Pam's job to, like, wake him up and entertain him?
She has to resuscitate him, essentially.
Exactly. I think from now on when this happens, I'm just going to die of boredom on the air. And then it's Bart's job.
To bring you back.
To bring me back.
Yes.
And part of that is not to drag out the conversation that I get to Cary Grant.
Do you need me to order some paddles from Amazon that we could put in the studio for you?
We should get some plastic paddles.
Could you get a large dead horse in here, please?
Yeah, we should.
And then we could just smack it.
Yo, we should have a dead horse right here with a pedal. We could bait it right in that anus.
Bart Carlin.
The culo.
ESPN New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
NBA champion, Finals MVP, Jalen Brunson. Describe the experience of what the last month has been like for you.
That's a loaded question. It's been a roller coaster, honestly. Obviously, once we won and everything was up high and everything was amazing. The parade and all of that, just everything after we won was just amazing.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Weekdays at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. That's how Prime members have saved over $2 billion on grocery and household items. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Hey! 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 My dad is bringing home the best birthday cake ever!
It was my 5th birthday, and my dad was bringing home the cake.
Should have been here a half hour ago.
The cake never made it, and neither did my dad.
911, what's your emergency?
That was the day a drunk driver killed my dad.
Daddy?
Impaired drivers take lives. Think.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee. Aired in cooperation with the New York State Broadcasters Association.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. At Rings End, they're there to help realize your modern design visions. That's why they partner with Marvin. Engineered for big ideas, Marvin modern windows and doors deliver effortless elegance, expansive views, and industry-leading innovation, all in a modular system designed to meet the exacting principles of modern architecture. Experience Marvin Modern at a Rings End showroom today and create something stunning with them. Rings End is a certified Marvin installing retailer.
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Primo Sabe on the chat. The horse is dead, Bart. Thank you.
I was just making sure.
Just want to make sure. And then what else is it? And somehow they were talking about skin cancer in the rest of our chat. I don't know why that's coming up. Anyway, how about a little audio files? Let's get there, Tom.
The audio file.
Tom Bauer's here.
Are you sure you don't want to read off the chat's responses about skin cancer?
No, I think we're good there.
Oh, okay.
I'm reading about additives, all that kind of stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know how we got there. And the chat probably just the same way I don't know how we got to half of what we got to in the show today. I just kind of sat back and blacked out. And the next thing I know, 20 minutes in, and Bart's just completely hasn't stopped talking yet.
Hey, man, we're talking about soccer, the real football.
Tom?
Yes, let me get into some sports talk here.
How about it, Tom? Let's go.
So let's start off with some Yankees conversation here, and this comes courtesy of Brian Hoke, who was on with Ty Butler yesterday on his Sunday morning vehicle, which you can catch from every Sunday, 8 to 12 in the morning. That was awkward. Any rate, I've got two cuts from Brian Hoke here.
From 8 to 12 in the morning.
Yeah, sometimes I really just don't know where I'm going with my words, and I should really have a teleprompter in front of me.
We used to call it verbal Vietnam, in that you get into a sentence sometimes, Tom, you have no idea how you got into it, and you have no idea how to get out of it.
Yeah, I'm going to call it verbal vomit. That's what I'm going to trademark.
What's going on?
Brian Hoke, when should we expect Aaron Judge back?
Kind of looking here at the calendar, and you're saying, all right, if he hasn't swung a bat since May 31st, and when can he realistically get back in a Major League game? And, to me, I had been thinking August. It looks like August is probably out now. And so I think best case scenario, he could be back sometime in early September. If he comes back in mid to late September and then he's ramping up for the postseason, is he going to be 100%? Is he going to have a swing right? That remains to be seen. But, I still think that if you're the Yankees, if you can get Aaron Judge back at 75 or 80% going into the postseason.
So, Brian, you're saying that Judge might come back in early to mid-September, but is there really a possibility that maybe he misses the rest of the season?
The hardest part for him is it's really out of his hands. He's got to wait for the healing. Aaron Boone said that Judge has to be asymptomatic, which means, feeling nothing. He's still feeling something in that rib. It's gotten better. Judge says it's about 10 times better, but it's gone from kind of a sharp pain to a dull pain, and they have to wait until that's all out of there before he can even start thinking about swinging a bat or doing any upper body weight room work. So you really think about it, he hasn't done a whole lot since May 31st.
That's not exactly making me feel a whole lot better about where this is headed. It's August is out, maybe late September where he's ramping up, and then maybe 75%. Like, what are we talking about here?
So it's August. If August is out, why aren't they talking about going to get a bat and going to get as much help as they can get? If they believe that when Aaron Judge gets healthy and gets back right, that they can compete for a championship, why aren't they pushing all their chips into the middle of the table? Because guess what? We don't know year to year where Aaron Judge is going to be physically. We have never seen a 6'8" guy. At some point, he's going to become just a DH, right? At some point. We don't know when that's going to happen. If it's going to happen organically or if it's going to happen simply because he's just not the guy that he used to be, right? So why aren't you talking about going out and making some major moves and pushing your chips into the middle? Are you just going to hope and wait that maybe the Dodgers stop spending money? Are you waiting to after next year to see if we're going to have some type of hard cap put on the ceiling where Dodgers can't do what they're doing or change the rules? So are you going to wait this thing out to next year to say, okay, well, all right, well, we had to hold out in the strike and we got back, and now the Dodgers can't operate the way they operate no more. We got legislation in that doesn't allow them to do it. Is that what we're waiting for?
I got news for you. If he's not back this year, I don't care. I'm still going to push to try to do something. If I have to try to beat you a different way, I'll try to beat you a different way.
The Braves did it with Acuna.
I have to figure out what I'm going to do to try to go win without you. And I know that doesn't sound like something that's terribly likely, especially the way they're hitting now. Got to do something. Can't just toss aside another season for a superstar who's at this. He's going to be 35 next year.
That's what I'm saying.
So
that's what I'm saying. A 6'8", 35-year-old that's starting to get nicked up.
That?
We saw
counting on it?
We saw LeBron the last couple of years. Like, LeBron went forever without never getting hurt or missing games. Last 2 to 3 years, it happens overnight. And this is the rib this year. Does it affect the wrist, or what does it mess up or something? Can't take these things for granted. And Judge, the last 2 years, has been on a heater as the best player in baseball, opposite of Shohei Ohtani.
Next.
So this might answer some of the questions that we've been asking over the past few minutes here. Jorge Castillo of ESPN, he was on ESPN Radio this weekend, and he was asked how aggressive the Yankees are planning to be at the deadline.
I think pretty aggressive, especially given this Aaron Judge news, right? Because though they can tread water and the chances of them not reaching the postseason even without Judge for a longer stretch here, the chance of that happening are so low. But you still want to win the division. So you need some help here. And I think the Yankees can use some bullpen help. I think they could definitely use a catcher. Their catchers are the worst in baseball this year. Austin Wells, Ali Sanchez, J.C. Escarra have been their three catchers. Lowest OPS in baseball, one of the lower batting averages. It's just been just awful behind the plate offensively. So they definitely need an upgrade there. You could argue they could use an upgrade at shortstop. It's not that you could argue that. They could definitely use one. It's just, can you make that happen? Who's available? Can you make it work?
Listen, go do what you have to do on that front. I'm good with all of it. If you're going to get a catcher, it has to be somebody who can hit because this is just.
It sounded like they were saying, I swear it sounded like he said Torrance. For a second, it sounded like he almost mentioned that.
That was kind of kicked around this week, and I think Joel Sherman might have mentioned.
But it sounded like he was about to say, he's like, and he like when he was talking.
Yeah, I don't know if the Mets are going to help the Yankees, but if it's a backup catcher or a catcher of that ilk, maybe. But again, is Torrance going to make a difference for the Yankees?
But also too, like I forgot who we talked to. You got to be careful with bringing in catchers, right? Because that's a sacred relationship. You know what I'm saying, between pitcher and like, do you have enough time to see like what he likes to be able to call games for him? You don't just, that's like throwing in let's go get a new center midseason.
That was when you had Joe on, Girardi.
You know what I'm saying? And you just don't usually go, hey, let's go get a new center. Yeah, that don't always rock. You know what I mean? That's a different relationship, pitcher and catcher.
So here's one more thing for you guys, and this one is from Buster Olney on SportsCenter this weekend. So a lot of talk about around here is, are one of these two New York teams going to acquire Tariq Skubal at the deadline? Well, Buster Olney is saying, well, he might not get traded after all.
We have to remember how well the Tigers have been playing since June 1st. 23-14. That's a 100-win pace for almost a quarter of the season, which is why this week when I spoke with executives of other teams are saying they're not going to trade him. They went all in this year. Not only did they decide to retain Tariq Skubal at $30 million, but they also signed Framber Valdez as a free agent. And look, in a really mediocre American League, the Tigers could absolutely make a dent. Now, they could always reverse course if they collapse over the next 10 days. This is the one time a year in baseball where small sample size really matters. So if the Tigers continue to play well and trend toward the top of the standings, folks with other teams don't think they'll trade Tariq.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Who they're playing? And I'll let you clear your throat. Who the hell are they playing? Like not all 10-game winning streaks are the same. Right, like the Tigers, people for the last 2 years have been saying, hey, this is their year. They're going to come back. And when they sign Valdez, they're like, man, that was screwable. Man, they're going to have some heat.
Well,
it ain't really worked out like that, man. Maybe y'all want Gleyber Torres back? Y'all can have him back.
Meanwhile, it really is like when he says it's a small sample size that can make a difference. I mean, it can literally be right up to the deadline. Did we win yesterday? Did we lose? How are we feeling? What are the vibes today? That's kind of where it's at. That's how stupid we've gotten to at the deadline with all of these teams being in the playoff mix. But you know what, Bart, if you're the Tigers, why trade them now? What's the point? You're not going to get enough in return on the rental where you're going to feel amazing about it. And if you got a chance to win in a bad American League, why not take the chance?
But are you going to lose them for nothing? That's you got to ask
take that chance if I can go win now.
Yeah, but if you
wait, hang on a second. Let's look at this from the flip side. You can tell me Judge is out until at least late September. You're the Tigers. You look around. This league is not getting tougher. It's getting easier.
That's true.
That's all.
But do you think you can beat the Dodgers?
I'll worry about that when I get there.
Okay.
But let me ask you this: if you're a Tigers fan and you got to the World Series, wouldn't that have been worth keeping Skubal?
Maybe that might convince him to stay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, maybe you might make enough money to say, you know what, we'll pay him the money. What the hell?
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Law Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. Did you know Social Security takes money out of every paycheck you earn, paycheck after paycheck, and you're not supposed to touch that money until you're 67? What if you can't work? What if you need that money now? The system is challenging and most people get denied. That's a fact. D'Agostino & Associates has the experience to win, and we win a lot. If you filed for Social Security disability benefits and were denied, let us appeal. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. Bite back means fight back. 1-800-248-3222. We'll fight to get you paid. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and handles Social Security disability claims and appeals. Remember, if you've been denied, call us first. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates. We win a lot.
Hey, Yankees fans. Join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, August 21st
as the Yankees take on the Toronto Blue Jays. And don't miss Cody Bellinger Bobblehead Night, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will take home an exclusive Cody Bellinger bobblehead. Get here early, grab the giveaway, and cheer on the Bronx Bombers. Tickets are available now at Yankees.com/tickets.
When you manage an active facility, disruption is not an option. Tricon Construction specializes in healthcare, commercial, and industrial environments where work needs to happen without shutting operations down. That takes detailed planning, clear communication, and safe, disciplined execution. Because when patients are inside, tenants are working, or production has to keep moving, every decision matters. Tricon understands how to work around your business professionally, safely, and efficiently. For complex work inside active facilities, choose Tricon Construction. Visit TriconBuilds.com. That's TriconBuilds.com.
This is the Michael K. Show.
You might all disagree with me on this. 7th game of the World Series. Yankees have to win to be champions. Every single one of their starting pitching is available. I could choose between Garrett Cole, a former Cy Young Award winner. I could choose between Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, Will Warren, Ryan Weathers, or Cam Schlittler. There's one guy on the staff that's dominant and great, and that's Schlittler.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-9087. 800-575-9087. That's 800-575-9087 or simply visit tra.com.
Zuffa Boxing makes its New York City debut on Sunday, July 26th with a double main event featuring hometown favorites Edgar Berlanga and Richardson Hitchens in separate bouts. Live from the Infosys Theater at Madison Square Garden. Enter for your chance to win tickets on the ESPN New York app. Berlanga takes on Stephen Butler in a 10-round super middleweight showdown, while Richardson Hitchens faces Ricardo Salas in a 12-round welterweight contest. Don't miss this huge night of boxing. Brought to you by Madison Square Garden. Enter to win tickets now on the ESPN New York app.
I'm reaching the point now with a running back who's played. How many games did Skattebo play last year before he got hurt? He played 6 or 7. I don't even know. I got to go back and look. It feels like he's barely played. Okay, it feels like he hasn't played very much at all. He played 8 games last year. Okay. Why do we keep seeing this stupid stuff? Like, why do we have to be morons? Again.
And if you're going to do it, at least don't embarrass yourself by falling.
Yeah, well, on the stage at Fanatics Fest, coming back from injury again, we saw him do the backflip
Show
in the
the scar,
game.
but he's showing the scar. Look at the scar. Like, is this part of his stick? Like, I do a backflip everywhere I go.
So I want to hear from this guy. I don't want to call him names. I don't want to. Some of the actions are dumbass actions, though, and I don't really understand it. And so when I see him botch a backflip on a stage at Fanatics Fest, am I not supposed to think that's an idiotic move?
But here's the thing, though. He was at Fanatics Fest. Not only was he at Fanatics Fest, unlike Sadiq and Cooper, they spotlighted him. So sometimes you got to ask yourself, is it better to be famous or good?
Yeah.
So he's
about to be famous for about a year.
But you see what I'm saying? He's taking full advantage of the New York experience because you have 2 first-round draft picks for the New York Jets. Both teams have been bad, but he gets asked to the stage. They didn't ask Garrett Wilson to the stage. You see what I'm saying? Because Garrett Wilson goes about his business as a professional, but we know that Garrett Wilson's a better player than Cam Skattebo. But Skattebo moves the needle. Like, he walked out, I forgot who it was, Martinez, not Vasquez, his dad. He walked out the boxer a couple days ago. Vargas. He walked Vargas out in I believe it was in
right, back up for 1 sec here. Legit.
Mm-hmm.
His offseason. All the stuff he's doing. How much money could he make in an offseason like this?
I mean, he didn't make it. He probably made, who knows? Like, he's featured on the stage.
Give me a number.
Well, for that, he could have got $25,000. I don't know.
Okay, I don't just mean this. I mean an entire offseason.
Well, he probably went to the Super Bowl. Might have made some money doing Super Bowl role, media role, whatever. Like, maybe he's getting some type of endorsements or something like that.
Could he have made $500,000 this offseason?
Nah.
Okay. Could he make $250,000 this offseason?
I mean, if he got some legitimate like marketing people where he's doing some brands and stuff.
Okay. So here's my point.
I mean, even his haircut is offensive.
But you make the comparison with Garrett Wilson.
Right.
This guy moves the needle because he acts like a dope.
Yeah, he's a miniature Gronk.
You're a 4th-round pick who has not done a hair of what Gronk has done in his life.
Showed some flashes.
Played 8 games.
But he's also
predictably got hurt because you try to run people over.
Yeah.
And so that happens. And then you're doing the backflip on the stage yesterday. By the way,
he's lucky he didn't buckle his knee.
Who did he talk to here? Who is this from?
So this is a video taken from Anthony Ricardo, who's on X. He does some Giants work on social media.
Okay, here he is, Cam Skattebo on the botched backflip.
Yeah, so what happened was, I don't know if you guys know WWE or not, those floors are bouncy. So when I took off, I was midair like, holy cow, I'm not going to land this. I'm way too high. Landed, but it had too much cushion. It wasn't a stiff, firm ground. So it's kind of like went back, safely landed, got back up, was good to go. So nothing came out from that. I'm perfectly fine. Nothing happened. We're good.
Doesn't matter.
Thankfully, you're good.
It doesn't matter that it's a soft ground versus that. It doesn't have a damn thing to do with anything.
His knee could still buckle. So this is the thing. We've seen Bill and his brother Grammatica tear their ACL by jump up by like celebrating, right?
Yes.
You can maybe
Didn't
control
Edwin
how you go up.
Diaz get hurt in the WBC celebrating?
Yeah, jumping up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Why keep putting yourself in this position? Because he's trying to be entertaining. First, he thought he was Rod Woodson in the Super Bowl. He lift up. This is to say, if you're going to lift up the leg, show everybody that it's okay, and then fall on the landing, and then try and get up like you didn't just lose cool points.
Here's my point. Let's say generously, he made $250,000 this offseason, doing appearances and all this stuff. Okay? What is that versus what your life could be if you actually did things the right way?
Drop in the bucket.
A drop in the bucket. Exactly. You're a 4th-round pick who runs people over, has a
short shelf life. I mean, he's basically a fullback, so he basically probably has 6 years. He hoped that he gets to a second contract.
I would look at a guy like, if I'm him, look at Isaiah Pacheco. Now, Pop.
He won 2 Super Bowls. They still like, yeah, we good.
Yeah, and he probably made more money than that because, like, I know a lot of stuff that, like, got thrown
off the field
Kelsey's
stuff.
way and Mahomes' way that they could not do locally. They threw it toward him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But he had to win a Super Bowl to get
But my point is, his running style is to run people over, and he was a free agent this past year. This was contract 2.
Yeah.
1 year, 1 point whatever from the Lions.
Right.
1 year.
And they just renting him for 1 year while they wait for somebody else to come out of college to draft.
Now, I want to see the kid get a better contract, but the point is the way he plays.
He won't.
This is not what happens.
You are a diminishing asset. It's like
what are you doing with your dumb ass up on? Like, how stupid do you have to be? You're at the WWE event. You're getting involved in that crap with Dominic Mysterio. Remember that thing?
Yeah.
And then, now this, like, what?
That's when he was still in the
Who
boot.
is in your ear telling you to not be a moron?
Marketers versus,
or to not do moronic things.
I wonder what his football agent is saying, opposed to the people that's in charge of his marketing.
That was his football agent.
Hey, brother, you can make a lot more money by being a great football player than you can with all these antics. That's the key. Like, because if any position is like a car, it's the running back.
You know what really even bothers me more about it? Maybe it's unfair. I don't care. Said he and the quarterback are like this.
Dumb and dumb. What you have to ask yourself is, who's the grown-up in that locker room?
There isn't one. There isn't. I don't know about the locker room. I think there is in the locker room. But if my quarterback is not going to be the grown-up, I don't know.
Because outside of Isaiah Likely, who had his immaturity issues and stuff going on when he was in Baltimore, not that he's like a problem, but he had some mishaps in Baltimore, so it's not like he's coming here as a proven leader. Would you say Ricard? Your fullback's going to be Tony Richardson was a pretty responsible guy for us. You have to lean on Ricard and Thomas. But I'm saying last year, clearly it was a lack of leadership in that whole locker room. I mean, you look at Dexter Lawrence, all these guys wasn't able to rein guys in. So the only new people there that you can talk about is Isaiah Likely and maybe Patrick Ricard. So I don't know, like if they have the leadership that they need in there. I mean, still looking at Fanatics Fest. I mean, I'm looking at Trae Young, the tearing of the thing, and it's funny because I was with some people and they were like, "Oh my God, did you see what Tom Brady did?" I say, "Man, come on, Tom Brady. It's not even in his kick."
Logan Paul.
Yeah, like, come on, man. I was like, you do know the person he smacked is a wrestler, right?
Yeah.
And you can tell that it was predicted by looking at Cat in the background, looking like, "Oh, is it my turn?" It's like Cat was reading the script. After smack, grab Logan Paul and break him apart. Like, it's like, I mean, Cat, shout out to the Knicks, man. They deserve every bit of, this is what being in New York does for you. He going to get all this stuff. But I'm like, man, they really thought that Tom Brady smacked anybody. First of all, if he smacked somebody for real, that would be a lawsuit. Or Logan Paul would have probably put hands on Tom Brady, because Tom Brady is a fierce competitor, and Psycho Tom is a real thing, but he ain't no fighter.
He got 7 rings, though.
Yeah, what I'm saying is he ain't no fighter.
No, I know. Like, so Tom Brady can do whatever the hell he wants to do.
But for them to believe that he smacked somebody in real life is ridiculous.
I'm just, ridiculous is this dopey behavior and the fact that the quarterback is in lockstep with this guy. That's a problem. That's a problem. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit AllureCare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
If the Giants start out the season 0-3, forget it. What's going to happen to 65 or sooner? Well, kill it. Get a little adversity.
You have a 5-year plan that after 3 weeks you're going to punt on.
Yeah, I can't handle 0-3 again.
Maybe it's a 10-year plan.
70 or sooner. But that's not going to happen.
No, that's not going to happen. No, how could it?
No, it's not going to.
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. That's how Prime members have saved over $2 billion on grocery and household items. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Harry Douglas here to help you ignite your taste buds with Firework Freeze 5-Hour Energy Shots. Juicy cherry, citrus lime, and blue raspberry. It's that iconic freezer pop flavor, but with none of that guilty sugar aftermath. The perfect summer kick. It's delicious, portable, zero sugar energy shot bursting with flavor. Bring on the summer with Firework Freeze 5-Hour Energy Shots. Available online at 5hourenergy.com and on Amazon.
When's the last time payroll was the easy part of your week? With Gusto, it can be. Gusto is the all-in-one platform designed to take the hassle out of managing your team, from payroll and compliance to hiring, onboarding, and more. With Gusto, you can get back 2 full days each month with all the time you've saved. Go to gusto.com today and learn why over 500,000 small businesses choose Gusto. That's GUSTO.com. Gusto.com.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
I really do not get the talk about the Lindor trade. I don't understand it. It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. ESPN New York YouTube channel. I've been away for about a week, so I've missed hearing things like this.
We're getting ready for the Knicks to sword fight with the Cavs.
I had to. Like, there's just parts of it with Tom that has made it so entertaining lately that
you missed Tom's birthday.
I missed Tom's birthday. What did Tom do for his birthday?
Oh, he did everything. Bar run, picked up chicks, went streaking with the KFC, all that.
Is it cold out?
According to Tom, freezing.
So let's first of all, it's noon. I want to get a little more into that, but let's first of all remind people that it is noon, and that means what exactly?
It's the power hour. Sponsored by nobody.
Was that for Tom's 27th birthday? 27.
Right on the dot. Good job.
All right.
Yeah, Tizam. T to the Tizam, T to the Tizay.
What did you do? Did you do anything for the birthday?
Bar run.
Yes.
Bar crawl?
Yeah, exactly. Bar crawl. So we hit up me and a group of about, I think we had like 16 people or something like that.
Okay, were they all heavy metal bars?
No.
Okay.
No, there are no heavy metal specific bars in Asbury Park, New Jersey.
Soft rock?
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of them could do soft rock.
Yacht rock?
Yeah, sure.
Bluegrass?
Maybe. Anything but metal, probably.
You say you had a good time?
Oh, yeah, wonderful time. We hit up, the plan I laid out was about 8 bars, but we ended up at, I think, 10 different bars over the course of like 8 hours or something like that.
Any bathroom hookups?
No. I know you were very curious about this last week. There was no hooking up involved at all during the bar crawl, although there was an effort made at one point by my good friend from Italy who decided that there were 2 women who sat next to us at the bar, and he turns to me and says, "Hey, Tom, did you tell them it's your birthday yet?" And I said, "No." So he ushers me over to them, and we start to have a conversation for 10 seconds. And then 10 seconds later, he spills his drink on one of the women, and that's because one of my friends knocked his drink over, and that was about it.
That's supposed to be good cop, bad cop. You're supposed to smack the hell out of your friend, and your friend's supposed to know. You're
Exactly.
Supposed to take
You're
that
supposed to
L.
look like the hero right
hey,
there.
man, what the hell you doing? Disrespecting these beautiful ladies. Oh, my God, my hero.
So you're saying I missed an opportunity?
Yeah, like, all right, now let's go to the bathroom. Let's use the blow dryer to dry this dress off. Just hand it to me. I'll dress it off. Yeah, Todd, how you get that, baby?
I had one of those moments in the bar, or in the airport last week, where you talk about that very specific thing. I did the unthinkable in an airport bathroom. The unthinkable.
you had your pants off.
No.
And your socks and shoes.
I go up to wash my hands.
Yeah.
And I leaned in.
Oh,
and that was
it
a
was
mistake.
wet. It was
And
wet.
I didn't look. I leaned in, and I looked down. All of a sudden, the shirt is completely wet. And right in the lower part of the shirt, if you know what I'm saying. And that does not make it look like a good situation. So there you go. There you go. 10 seconds later, you got me holding out my shirt underneath the air dryer. And all these guys in the
like,
Newark
yo, man, can I
airport
dry my
bathroom
hands,
looking
man?
at me like, yeah, all right, buddy, go try to sell that somewhere else. No, I swear it's from the counter.
Like, go ahead and get you some Depends, man. You leaking. You got a leaky bladder syndrome.
It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. The Lindor stuff has been bothering me for a few days. And as I said to Bart earlier, the worst person that I can spend time with on a vacation is myself, or any alone time is with me. And I will overthink things. And I was sitting in a golf cart playing golf on my own last Wednesday morning in Tampa, Florida. And I was listening to Rick and Dave. What a wonderfully magical vacation I was having, listening to Rick and Dave while I'm on a golf cart in Florida. How about we just check out for a week? How about that? But instead, no, I'm listening to Rick and Dave, and they're talking about Lindor. And I can't get Lindor out of my head for the rest of the day because all I can think about is the fans and the people right now who believe that trading Francisco Lindor is the best thing the Mets can do. And it makes absolutely no sense right now to me. None.
But does it make sense to the Mets? And does Lindor at a discount make sense to a contender? And would Lindor be willing to waive his no-trade clause? Has Lindor had enough? And has Lindor seeming like he's playing better and coming back from the injury? Does that boost his trade stock of what teams are willing to eat? And how much will the Mets be willing to eat? And how do you get proper compensation from them? Those are all the questions that you should be having. And those are questions that you have to have. Because we just don't know. This is 2 years in a row of Lindor and Soto, and it hasn't worked out. When we thought this was going to be the dynamic duel, we thought this was going to be Batman and Robin. We thought it was going to be, Judge and Soto, with Soto playing the role of Judge and Lindor playing the role of Soto, and it just hasn't happened. So you have to look at everybody. Like when you're not winning, like when you talk about who's on the trade block, probably everybody but Soto. You have to consider that, and that's something that Stearns has to come up with. Can't keep putting good money after bad.
Well, for me, with where we are with Lindor, if I'm turning this over to David Stearns for another year, which the owner has already said that he will, and I have no problem with it, I am at this point not going to trade somebody who's a depreciated asset, probably at his lowest value, hasn't been healthy, and I owe a ton of money to. So to get anything in return, I'm going to have to eat a lot of that money and send him somewhere else, pay him to go somewhere else to see him kind of revive and get back to being the player that he has been. Listen, Lindor's season has been a disaster because of injury. There's no getting around that. But you can't look at Lindor and tell me that you have a great plan if you're going to trade him away right now and think that somehow I'm going to be able to fix this in the short term, because, Bart, this ain't about 5-year plans anymore, man. This ain't about 3-year plans anymore. This is about how I am going to win next year if it's not this year. And trading Lindor, you cannot tell me that at this time next year you're going to be better off for it. I just can't see that.
I mean, when we look at teams in the big turnarounds, right? And this is, to me, that's another crazy part. Like, because this kind of takes me back to why can't we win with less? Like, we watch the Rays do it all the time. Why can't we win with less? And because clearly overspending ain't been working out for us. Did it with Verlander and Scherzer. May to a certain extent have done it with Soto. Could have done it with Lindor. Like, how do we get a team, not a bunch of individuals? How do we get a collection of team that plays well, understands how we're going to win, and be able to execute the game plan? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah. First things first. Can I fix Lindor Soto? Where do you stand right now on this relationship? Because we've heard Cohen say it was more of a last year thing than this year. Do you think does this have the feel to you of being something that is untenable?
I don't know, man. Like, it's just not vibing. You ever have a group of friends and then you go out with them and there's one that don't really rock with the other one, so you never see them talking to each other, and like they're friends with everybody else, so it makes it awkward for everybody else because they don't know how to act when they're both in the same place.
Yeah.
Like that's who wants it? That's exhausting, man. Like, a locker room in a clubhouse is supposed to be a place where everybody's free. It's just like you can be yourself, and some people may not like you, but you don't feel that. They're like two divorced parents.
Have you been in that kind of locker room?
No.
Where there were a few guys? No?
No, I can't recall ever being in nothing like that.
Yeah.
Like, where it was just awkward. Like, when they both come in, like, people be laughing with this person, ha, 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 then they come in, it's just like, all right.
Like, we knew Jeff McNeil and Lindor didn't like each other.
See,
we knew that. And Lindor and McNeil's gone.
Right.
I've not heard it to be this level on the Lindor and Soto thing. I'm not saying they get along. They clearly don't.
See, but not liking each other and tolerating each other is kind of the same thing. Like, you can not like me, but then you don't really talk to me or really like you come in, like, it's like that awkward stuff, right? You come in, you sit in, like, do you say, what's up? Like, because then the other players are looking around and, oh, what up, baby? Or you come in and, like, this person never says nothing to that person, but it's no hate. They don't dislike each other. They just don't rock with each other. But it's still a level in between, like, talking to each other.
And this is
you would think two of the best hitters on the team would be talking to each other, trying to gather information from each other and kind of bounce ideas off of each other. You would think it would be something like that.
I would think, and I would also think that this is baseball. This isn't basketball. Like, if people in Boston really didn't think that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum could coexist anymore, I even understand that a little bit. But at the very least, they got a championship out of it.
Yeah.
And when Jaylen Brown says this was my favorite year, and people take that to mean, well, Jason Tatum wasn't playing all year, and that's why it was my favorite year. I didn't take it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I took it to mean more of,
they accomplished.
We accomplished something that nobody ever expected us to accomplish with how the beginning of the year looked.
Right. So I'm proud of everybody and how we stepped up and, defied the odds or changed the narrative.
Right. So if those two truly couldn't get along anymore, all right, I get it. But can you think of
It's not can they get along?
A-Rod and Jeter couldn't stand each other, and it was Jeter's team. We understood that when A-Rod got there.
They couldn't stand each other?
They could not stand each other. And specifically, Jeter couldn't stand A-Rod after, like, they were friends in the early days, and then A-Rod said some things basically in a GQ article where
the vanity thing was looking in the mirror, right?
No, it was well before that one.
Oh.
But he basically said, you look at his numbers, you look at my numbers.
Yeah,
I'm a much different kind of player. He's not the kind of player I am.
He couldn't move to third base, so,
Well, but like,
they asked a better player, too. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm actually a better shortstop than him.
Here's the point. Look at how long they played together. They played together, 8, 9, 10 years?
Yeah, they got stuck with
basically?
They got stuck with that contract, though.
Yes, they did. But, and remember, he opted out with the Yankees and then they re-signed him, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, they won. And they won a championship with them. But even Jeter made that work. Can you think of baseball players that you specifically had to trade them away because you couldn't be around another guy? Like, to me, that's NBA stuff. And here's my overall point with it.
Well, Joe Horn and Willie Rofe.
What was that over? Female?
Allegedly, somebody took advantage of somebody's wife.
Oh, boy. Anyway.
Tommy Harris, too.
Well, all right, that's different. But in this case, I don't look at this and think this is completely untenable. And I have to also start thinking about who the next manager is going to be, and does that guy have the gravitas to fix this? Wouldn't I be more likely to, if I'm going to hire Carlos Beltran, or I'm going to hire Albert Pujols to be my manager?
Alex Cora.
Alex Cora?
Got rid of Devers.
But those guys, Cora because of what he's done as a manager, the other two because of what they did as players, they can walk in, sit those two down. Let's iron this out, boys.
Yeah,
what do we got to do here? Not everybody's got to be best friends.
Yeah, but when you iron it out, then it's already too late. It's fake love.
I don't care if they love each other or not. They don't have to. There were players on the 86 Mets that couldn't stand each other. They were one of the great teams of all time.
Everybody hated Gastineau, right?
Gastineau was not liked by anybody. Absolutely. Now the Jets only made it to the championship game and didn't get any further than that because Gastineau took the dumbest penalty on the planet. But that's another thing aside. Point is, or divisional round, I should say. Point is, when you are in that position of having a great player who is a distressed asset at the moment, why wouldn't I just ride that out as opposed to trading him off when I don't have a plan? Like, what is my plan to fix this if I'm getting rid of Lindor? There is no plan. It just says to me there's no plan.
Now, if you want to get younger, that's what it's about, right? If you want to get younger and you want to get, your spending under control, you hope, like you said, Bo Bichette opts out. You think do they trade? Make some trades, shed some pitching. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, but you're asking a guy to figure. You the one said stay with Stearns, right?
Yeah.
So you the one saying do you try and trade Freddie?
Yeah. Listen.
Essentially what you're doing is tanking on the season anyway. So how far does the spring clearing go?
I'm not paying Peralta after this year. He's a free agent after this year.
Do you sign Clay Holmes? Do you trade Clay? A lot of people need an arm.
Some people could certainly use Clay Holmes, but
so that's what I'm saying. What we doing? We doing a partial teardown? We doing a full teardown?
I'm doing the teardown of a few guys. I'm doing the 2016 Yankee teardown. Okay, where I can
trading Chapman and getting them back.
And I got Torres back, whatever. But point is the next year, I'm back in position to win again. And this is not a Met teardown. Let Stearns rebuild the whole thing again because he is the one who set the fire. I'm not going to allow him to pour lighter fluid on it. I'm just going to allow him to try to put it out and save it.
Okay.
800-919-3776. Muhammad in Long Island is next on ESPN New York. Muhammad, what's going on?
What's going on, fellas? Thanks for taking my call, man.
You got
it. Yeah, Colin, I hear you, and I understand. I'm not here to say it's a good idea to trade Lindor. My only thought when I hear you say this is, well, what was the equation used to let Pete go? Everybody kept screaming, these guys haven't won with these guys. We haven't won anything with these guys. Okay, and Lindor has been a part of that. And I wouldn't say Lindor has been a better Met than Pete over the last 5 or 6 years he's been here. So while I understand what you're saying, like trading one of your best players does not make you a better team.
But do you think
we did that last year?
Pete's
Let go of one of our better players with no plan.
Muhammad, why do you think Pete's not here? Do you think Pete's not here because of Lindor?
On a 5-year deal.
No. I don't think Pete's not here because of his door. No.
I think Pete's not here because the GM did not believe in him from the philosophical standpoint.
Right, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Yes. Yeah.
Right, so if you don't believe in him, he's been more productive than Lindor, then maybe him not believing in somebody is a good thing.
Go ahead.
So that was my only point. Though. I was just wondering, what's the equation used to let Pete go? And if we look at it, and I understand what you mean by Stearns, what Stearns is saying, but everyone on this station kept screaming, the Mets haven't won anything with these guys, so it should be okay to let them go. Well, why can't we use that same logic with Lindor?
I get that. I understand why you would say that. My only problem with Lindor, though, is, all right, I'm going to pay probably some of his contract to get him to go away, and then I'm a worse team. Like, the Mets were not planning on being a worse team this year without Pete. If you're just cutting Lindor loose or you're trading him, you're a worse team. Now, the whole Pete thing is just another strike on David Stearns right now. You look remarkably stupid for that move. By the way, did you see the Orioles? Orioles have won 7 in a row. All of a sudden, the Orioles are coming out of nowhere.
Way to go, Pete.
Let me check Pete's numbers right now.
Last I checked, he was at 20 home runs, so he probably had like 22, 23.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Thinking of polar bear, having a polar bear type year. Probably high strikeouts, but high home runs.
His numbers pretty much all along this year have been exactly what you would expect them to be. 246, 21 and 66, 809 OPS. A little quiet here the last few days. Little quiet. But still, Alonso doing what you would expect Alonso to do. And so I guess it's obviously another strike against what Stearns has been proclaiming. If I'm paying the GM $10 million a year and I waited like I did to get him and he has dug me this hole, I'm not going to look down on him and just pull him out and say, go ahead, take a walk. You can have your vacation and $20 million for the next 2 years to do nothing.
Yeah, but are you taking a shovel from him or are you going to let him keep digging?
I'm going to take the shovel from him and I'm going to look down at him and say, figure your way out of the hole.
Well, if he said I need to dig some more.
You got to do it with your hands then. You're going to do it with the shovel.
So now you tell him to fix the team with restraint.
I'm
you telling him to operate like he did in Milwaukee?
Well, listen.
Hey, man, you only got $10.
Here, the whole reason that he's here is because of the magic that he pulled in Milwaukee.
Yeah, but Milwaukee's still producing
still pretty
magic.
Good without him.
Yeah, they're still producing magic.
So maybe it wasn't just him. My point is simply, I don't want my GM to just walk away now with all that money if I don't have the answer in place. And it's not going to be Theo.
Sometimes
Theo's an advisor with Boston and still has, like, he's got some kind of an ownership stake there at some point and basically said last week, I'm good.
Yeah, but sometimes, like, trying to stop somebody else from being happy, making sure that they have to go through it, is stopping you from being happy. Sometimes you just got to move on and say, I take the L.
If you're the Mets right now, what would you do? Would you move him or not?
Depends. Whenever you move anybody, you got to ask, if not him, then who?
Would you move Lindor if you had the chance at the trade deadline? Or would you move forward with the two of them together and try to get a new manager in next year who can maybe fix it?
Nah, I just think, like, once the energy's bad, man, sometimes it's just best. It's never good to stay longer than you need to or to go back.
A couple of other questions here, a couple of other comments, rather, coming in on the YouTube channel. 800-919-3776. Market world of information. In baseball, players liking each other is irrelevant. Irrelevant is not the word I would say, but I would certainly say less important in baseball than in other sports. Because in baseball, and with football too, I think you can have guys who don't like each other on the team. Not everybody's got to get along.
Yes, I mean, it's less in baseball because I'm not dependent on you to be successful.
Yeah.
Like in football, like you're a quarterback and a receiver. Yo, quarterback got to throw me the ball. Or a lineman got to block for me. Baseball, you going to hit by yourself, and for the most part, nobody has to pass you the ball. And defensively, the ball comes to you, you pick it up, and you throw it to whoever can get the out.
Wingman, if Lindor gets traded, it would be during the offseason. Not necessarily. He did get asked about it last week, and wasn't it basically a no comment? You know, would you accept the trade if you got it? And it was, do you want to get traded? It's kind of a no comment at this point. And then Wingman also saying Alonso would have made a bit of a difference, but the Mets would still be a bad team. But it would have had a different kind of an impact for what the juju has been.
Yeah.
Like, Polanco's back finally, but we can't play him at first base for another month. Like, I got to DH him when I can.
Right.
So that doesn't work. That's not why I brought him here. Like, every possible reason that I wanted to get rid of Pete has worked out in the exact opposite way. But I should have seen that. I know what Pete's capable of in this city.
You know what he is.
I know what he is in this city, and I also know he's going to play every damn game. You just know he's going to come here in mid-September and have a monster weekend. You know that's happening. I think it's like September 16th to the 18th. He is going to just light it up. You know that's coming.
Who you lining up with him?
Who
you lining up with him?
I'm not lining up any. What do you mean, pitcher-wise? Whoever the starters are, at that point, it's mid-September for the Mets. Whatever happens, happens. But he's going to want to put on a show. There's no doubt about that.
Is this who you left me for?
If there's a salary cap and amnesty clauses, I could see it being used on Lindor. The amnesty clause is interesting if it comes up next year. If that's part of this offseason and whatever the work stoppage situation and a new agreement looks like, if you can amnesty players, I don't know that Lindor will be somebody that you will amnesty. I don't know that we'll be there yet. But what is interesting about Lindor is, Bart, if they miss an entire year next year, and he's still got that 5 years left on his deal or whatever it is.
He can opt out, right?
I need to look when Lindor can opt out. I don't know when his deal is.
I'm saying, when is Soto can opt out in 5,
Soto
right?
can opt out at 5.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But the Mets can stop the opt-out as well if they give him a raise for a $4 million raise for each of the last 4 years, 5 years, 10 years of his career. So they could stop the opt-out. But listen, if there's a work stoppage and Lindor's older, that's about the only argument that you can make to me at this point.
Yeah.
We'll check it during the break, but I'm pretty sure there's not. 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Keep the comments coming in on the ESPN New York YouTube channel as well. The Yankees scored 5 runs all weekend, dude.
Not in one game?
No. They've scored more than 5 runs in a game once in the last 27.
Damn.
Once in the last 27.
France scored more than that. Both teams in the third place game.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
NBA champion, Finals MVP, Jalen Brunson. Describe the experience of what the last month has been like for you.
That's a loaded question. It's been a roller coaster, honestly. Obviously, once we won and everything was up high and everything was amazing. The parade and all of that, just everything after we won was just amazing.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Weekdays at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. And I know how a serious accident can change your life just like that.
I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and I understand that with pain comes medical bills and time out of work. Let us get you justice.
This is John Ryan, the closer. For over 35 years, our family has been getting accident victims every dollar they deserve.
I started this firm for the injured so they can bite back against the insurance companies.
Our legacy is to get you justice. Bite back.
To get you paid. Bite back.
At D'Agostino & Associates, bite back means fight back. When you're hurt and they blame you, we bite back and get you every dollar you deserve. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, so call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. 1-800-248-3222. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
Miller time. People think it just happens, but that's not true. You know what you gotta do? You gotta go say hello with some beers. Make the plans. Forget the couch. Go to that thing. Play the game. See them in person. Talk to that stranger. Live a little. Small acts of rebellion that bring us together. Because legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Kenny here to help you get in on the sweet life with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. It's that classic throwback cotton candy flavor, but with 0 sugar and a 5-hour energy boost. I keep these with me so I can tackle that sweet tooth with a tasty caffeine kick and no guilty sugary aftermath. Bring on the sweetness with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy Shots. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon.
When you tell someone what team you cheer for, do they apologize? Does your first childhood memory involve crying on a Jumbotron? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected from things like fire damage caused by violently unplugging the TV. Or an accidental overhand left to the drywall. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
I'm just watching the cat choke slams again. They're not that bad. They're not that bad.
He didn't even bend his knees, brother. Like, it's supposed to be believable.
Makes him look even stronger with his right arm.
But he doesn't look, it's not like Cat's a muscular guy, so he doesn't look like a big dude. He's trying to be an enforcer, but he's skinny.
The guy came right at him.
Look.
Cat just,
look at the knee
Cat just threw his hand right up into his chest and boom. Right up into his neck and took him down. Dominic and Mysterio.
Look right here. Watch how he jump. Too much jump.
And Mysterio also put his hand on his shoulder.
Right.
To lift himself up.
It's like, come on, man. You know we can see you, right?
It was still pretty good.
It's like when the musician has the girl, he's doing this. And like, bro, we can see the strings holding her up in the air. What the hell? I'm levitating. Bro, I can see the string.
And then Halliburton shows up the other night. That was funny.
Well, you know, that's always the troll.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought at least that was funny.
I still don't know. Because Trae Young tore the jersey up.
Yeah.
At Fanatics.
Yep.
Who's the biggest troll? Who do we hate the most? And who do we fear the most?
But Trae Young, like you're with the Wizards now, dude. Like you're
no, he with the Wizards, but the number one overall pick.
They may still hate him, but like you're irrelevant.
But he could be a threat. Anthony Davis
Let him
himself,
come up and do something.
Sabanza. I would say this: he has a better team now than he had when he
beat the Knicks
with the Hawks.
I mean, Anthony Davis has got to be on the floor first. You know, let's.
It's crazy, right? Whatever happened to the Anthony Davis and LeBron James and Draymond Green? Like Draymond hasn't
I know.
signed
I
yet.
Put the money on. I should see if I can
To
cash
Golden
out
State.
on that bet. I bet the money on. I put like $100 down on Golden State to win the championship next year, thinking that LeBron was going there.
LeBron and Anthony Davis.
Yeah. Well, it hasn't happened yet.
They would have to. The Wizards would have to want Jimmy Butler. Yeah, bro. I think it's down. It might be down just to the Magic and somebody else.
What do you mean? Like as far as where LeBron's going to go?
I mean the Heat.
The Heat. Okay.
The Heat.
I think it's. I'm not ruling out Golden State just yet. I'm not doing that.
If they're not going to let Anthony Davis, LeBron to them, that's not the play.
So right now, I could cash out my bet for $150 and lose $50. I bet $200.
Just lose the 50, dog.
Cash out. Give me the money.
Get your cash back.
Cash
dog.
out. Give me my money.
It ain't looking real for you, baby. Because it don't seem like because LeBron choosing to go there, I think that's predicated on if Anthony Davis can get out of Washington. I don't think Washington wants to let him go.
800-919-3776. The other thing I wanted to get to is this. We've talked about the Yankees and the fact that they only scored 5 runs over the weekend. And their offense has been as bad as it has been. So I have often said, if you're not going to be a great offensive team, we'll go find another way to beat them. And that way to beat them would have been Tarek Skubal. Right? If you're going to add another dynamic starter. Here is Buster Olney on SportsCenter on the situation now with Skubal and the likelihood of him getting traded out of Detroit.
We have to remember how well the Tigers have been playing since June 1st. 23-14. That's a 100-win pace for almost a quarter of the season, which is why this week when I spoke with executives of other teams are saying they're not going to trade him. They went all in this year. Not only did they decide to retain Tarek Skubal at $30 million, but they also signed Framber Valdez as a free agent. And look, in a really mediocre American League, the Tigers could absolutely make a dent. Now, they could always reverse course if they collapse over the next 10 days. This is the one time a year in baseball where small sample size really matters. So if the Tigers continue to play well and trend toward the top of the standings, folks with other teams don't think they'll trade Tarek.
And I get it. And if you're Buster, I understand what he's saying when he says it's about small sample sizes and making decisions based on the last few games. That's how this is going to go.
We were hoping that would be the Mets we were talking about that got on a run. It looks like the Tigers got on a run, and if the Yankees don't get him because the Tigers don't make him available, the Yankees have nobody to blame but themselves because they're the ones who got swept by him.
So the Tigers are now sitting there, 4.5 out of the wild card, and how many in the loss column? 5 in the loss column out of the wild card right now. Now, you do have 5 teams in front of you before you even get to it. So that's where it gets a little convoluted and it can get jammed up, so to speak.
Well, it's amazing that the Pirates are back before the Mets.
Pirates a good young team. Like some of these teams.
So are you saying that?
It's
get rid of Lindor, become a good young team.
But those teams I don't think are taking Lindor right now.
No, I'm saying be like them. Get young.
But for me to get young, I've got a $400 million payroll. $400 million payroll. Like, I can't just take everybody and hope they all go away. And I paid one guy $750 million. I can't make those moves and then a year and a half into it, rip it all to shreds. How do I justify that? How do I justify that to a fan base that is sitting around like, what the hell, man? You know?
No, I get it. But you got to do something because what you've been doing, just spending, hasn't worked either.
Tom, the birthday situation. If we could just get into this for 1 second.
Oh, where are you trying to go with this? I'm curious.
I'll get there, Tom. That's why I was going to ask you about it. I mean, just calm down about that.
Touchy subject for Tom, man.
So was the plan to try to not just go out and have a good time, but maybe meet some people?
No, that's not the intent. My intent was just to go out with the group that I arrived with. It was about me and like 15 other people.
15 people out to celebrate your birthday?
Yeah, it was a good time.
Did you organize it or did somebody else?
I organized this.
All right, hang on. Back up a second. First of all, you're throwing yourself a birthday party. That's what you're telling me.
Birthday party.
Now, you're not in the NFL, all right? Like I remember one time Antonio Pierce had the same birthday with somebody else. This was around the same time.
Ma Bradshaw?
I don't know. This was 2007. So Bradshaw would have been a rookie, right?
Gotcha.
I go up to Antonio Pierce's locker, and there is one of the invitations to his birthday party on the
stool,
on one of his bags.
But
it's just out in the open. And the invitation to his birthday party is just 2 giant asses as the media is coming in. And I'm thinking at this moment, you know what? going to do my guy a solid.
Yeah.
And I just go, hey, P, maybe I want to put that one away.
Like, my bad.
Thanks.
Forgot about that one.
Tom, were there two giant asses on the invitation to your birthday party?
No. Those invitations got lost in the mail somewhere.
First of all, they're digital now, so you open it up.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So Tom,
did you have an RSVP actual birthday invitation?
Tom's more of a breast man, by the way.
Thanks, Bart. No, it was just I shot a text out to a bunch of people and said, "Hey, I'm thinking about throwing this together. Would you be interested in coming?"
Hey, I'm thinking about celebrating me.
You got any no's? Like, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I supposed to be me and my girlfriend going to Home Depot.
Did you get any no's? Pretty nice little Saturday.
We're gonna go.
Did you get any no's, or were they all yeses?
Me and the wife going to Home Depot.
There were maybe like 5 no's.
Okay, so at this point, there's no thought in this bar crawl whatsoever, other than the one moment where your buddy from Italy is talking up the two young women. There was no efforts on your part whatsoever that you were going to be looking for any new friends.
No, I wasn't looking for that. I was just looking there to have a good time with my friends, and we accomplished that. It was a 10 out of 10 time.
Have you ever in your life, when you were single, gone out where you weren't looking for that?
Nah. Nah.
Do you have a go-to move?
When I was single, it was like air.
Yeah.
I couldn't exist without air.
I'm going to be completely honest, okay? When I was single, I had 0 game. And if you had 0 game...
See, that's how you at least do it.
Bart's looking at somebody getting chokeslammed through a table.
Alec Anderson.
I had 0 game. And you cannot be 330 pounds and have 0 game and be heading toward balding. It's all a bad combination.
Are you trying to get married before you went bald all the way?
So there was a time where there was hair.
Oh, yeah. No, there was a time where there was hair. I had a glorious
I bet you it was
head
great.
of hair.
Usually people that go bald have the greatest hair ever. Like, it's like God punishes you. It's like ha ha. You thought you'd keep this forever?
Well, I used to make fun of my brother Jim for going bald all the time.
Yep.
And
because you was younger, you were the baby, you had this luscious hair.
Yep.
He was laughing like, just wait,
I used
brother.
to flip it back.
he probably was had it in bangs. Like, I'm washing my hair, I'm moisturizing, so you got it all up in a bun. You know what I'm saying?
So here's my point, Tom. In no way, when I was your age, can I sit here and tell you that I had any game whatsoever. And you are working with a lot more than I was working with, because the extra weight was not helping, and my hair started to fade at 27. Yours is, although we can talk about that later. Anyway, you're a good-looking guy, younger guy, good shape. Do you have any game?
I would say the game level is not that strong. I'll be completely honest.
How do we get this man some help with that?
We just got to get him some class. It's about taking the shots, man.
We're like Will Smith in that movie.
Yeah.
Hitch. Can we get him Hitch? We'll get him Hitch for his birthday.
It's the shots. You just got to take the shots, brother.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Shooters got to shoot.
Wayne
man.
Gretzky, Michael Scott.
Listen, it's like managing failure, right? That's what baseball's all about, right? So is dating. It's like managing failure. Like if you strike out three out of if you only strike out 7 out of 10 times, you still end up with 3 beautiful people. That's success.
So there was just no thought to it whatsoever.
No, that was never the intent. If something happens, then absolutely I would welcome it, but I'm not shooting it down completely.
You make that sound like it's got to be just thrown in your lap, so to speak.
They don't want to work for it at all.
Yeah. Just I don't know. I kind of want to I'm not doing, because I feel your pain when you say that you don't really have the strongest game. I understand completely. Lived in that world. Still, no idea. Went to all Catholic boys high school. My parents you talk about putting me behind the 8 ball to begin with, having no idea how to talk to women well beyond college. Well beyond college. And then I went into a male-dominated industry. Like, I don't know if you know this. There weren't exactly a ton of single young women working at WFAN back in the day.
Yeah, it was. Them Imus assistants was crazy.
It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds linger and can turn into sinus infections that last for weeks. Getting sick right now before vacation can derail everything. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and pharmacy is stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having urgent care and a pharmacy right at home. It includes essential prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of common and serious illnesses. So if you wake up sick at home or on the road, you already have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, no pharmacy lines, no copays. Just match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. Start on your meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in minutes and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
Right now, police are stepping up patrols to make sure drivers and pedestrians obey our crosswalk laws. Why? Because every year in New York, people are injured or killed just crossing the street. So remember, pedestrians, obey traffic signals and use crosswalks. And drivers, yield to pedestrians in crosswalks. If you don't, we will educate you on the law, and you may get a ticket, because tickets get attention, and that saves lives. A message from the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
This is the Michael K. Show.
You might all disagree with me on this. 7th game of the World Series. The Yankees have to win to be champions. Every single one of their starting pitching is available. I could choose between Garrett Cole, a former Cy Young Award winner. I could choose between Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, Will Warren, Ryan Weathers, or Cam Schlittler. There's one guy on the staff that's dominant and great, and that's Schlittler.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. At Rings End, they're there to help realize your modern design visions. That's why they partner with Marvin. Engineered for big ideas, Marvin modern windows and doors deliver effortless elegance, expansive views, and industry-leading innovation, all in a modular system designed to meet the exacting principles of modern architecture. Experience Marvin Modern at a Rings End showroom today and create something stunning with them. Rings End is a certified Marvin installing retailer.
Smalls here. If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds can turn into sinus infections that last weeks, ruining your perfect vacation getaway. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and a pharmacy, it's stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having an urgent care and a pharmacy at home. It includes prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of illnesses. So if you wake up sick, at home, or on the road, you have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, and no pharmacy lines. Also, no copays. Match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor. Start meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs a medical emergency kit, so order yours online in minutes. It's shipped right to your door. Save $45 with my promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls. That's promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls.
Prescription required. Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you.
Zuffa Boxing makes its New York City debut on Sunday, July 26th with a double main event featuring hometown favorites Edgar Berlanga and Richardson Hitchens in separate bouts. Live from the Infosys Theater at Madison Square Garden. Enter for your chance to win tickets on the ESPN New York app. Berlanga takes on Stephen Butler in a 10-round super middleweight showdown, while Richardson Hitchens faces Ricardo Salas in a 12-round welterweight contest. Don't miss this huge night of boxing. Brought to you by Madison Square Garden. Enter to win tickets now on the ESPN New York app.
Hey, shout out to two people who were just absolutely phenomenal. Michael Kay and Mike Breen. So, told you last Monday we did the second annual Eric LeGrand, Team LeGrand golf charity event and raising money for Team LeGrand and the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation. Over $100,000 for the second straight year and beat last year's number. To get, big numbers into the auction part of it, instead of like all having just a ton of autograph stuff, which, by the way, the Knicks and Rangers were amazing about. The Jets sent stuff. Yankees sent stuff. It was really fantastic. Mike Breen and Michael Kay both donated 2 of their personal tickets to a game, and you get to come and meet them and hang out with them before the game. Now, that's pretty dope. I mean, for Michael to do that, and Michael's doing it here in the next couple of months, and when I called and asked him for this, it wasn't even any question. It was just, of course. Of course you do that, because you just want to turn these things, you want to give people more experiences than maybe necessarily an autographed item or things like that, so that you get a chance to do something that you don't normally get a chance to do. And getting to go to the Yes booth, like before a game, and Michael's donating 2 tickets himself, which, I mean, they're going to be amazing seats. And to take his time to do that was pretty awesome on his part. And Mike Breen, same thing. I haven't talked to Mike in a few years. And occasionally we just send him a text wishing him well or something like that. Mike was incredibly important early in my career when I was working the Imus show and when I was just a young broadcaster. And Mike's the kind of guy that would call you up when you did something good, but he'd call you up when you did something bad, which was even better.
That's what's up, yeah.
So I called Mike. I haven't talked to him in a while, and it took him about 8 seconds to say yes. And it wasn't even, I hadn't even asked a question.
Yeah.
And so he's going to bring, the people who, so we raised several $1,000s between those two.
That's what's up.
And those people who won those auctions are going to be able to go down and basically you get a pair of tickets from Mike and you're going to meet Clyde. You're going to, take pictures, all that stuff. I just wanted to thank those guys publicly.
Yeah, man.
Because that's not something you have to do.
If you would have put in there, I would have gone for like, they don't do this anymore, but back in the day, like if he would have like recorded a message for your voicemail.
Yeah.
Leave it at the message. You know what to do after the bang. Bang!
That's not a bad idea either.
Instead of boop.
That's not bad either. I had Hank Azaria, our friend, did that for me for my brother, who's a huge Simpsons fan.
Yeah.
Did it with Mo the bartender.
Oh, that's funny. I was funny because I was trying to tell somebody, like, the guy off The Simpsons, I forgot all the voices do. I knew he did Habu.
He used to do Habu.
He's like 20. Yeah,
Doesn't do
I
it
said
anymore.
we can't do it anymore.
Thing now.
Yeah, I said we can't do it anymore. You get canceled now.
Well, like,
it's like
to his credit, he has really gone out of his way to get educated on that stuff, and not only get educated, but to educate others and understand that thing. Hank's been amazing on that.
It's crazy because like you've done it for years, and I know like if you learn, know better, do better. But if he could have cleaned it up, but still did the voice.
It wasn't even cleaning it up. It's just it was the appropriation of the nationality, so to speak.
Okay.
So you want to get somebody who is Indian to handle that role too.
Man, that's like getting mad at Tom Cruise for playing The Last Samurai.
But,
I'm messing.
Yeah, but
that gets crazy though, because if you have a talent to do voices, like I forgot the guy from the barbershop. I always forget his name. He does Family Matters, Family Values too, which is a series. He does like he does like 50 characters.
Yeah,
like from goblins to all kind of characters, and he uses different voices. You know what I mean? So
Hank got nominated for another Emmy. And he did the same, and he's done over 100 characters on The Simpsons.
Wow, over
100 different voices.
That is amazing, man. That you can even have the vision to change your voice 100 different ways.
Oh my God,
that's crazy.
That is nuts. Anyway, 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. You got a little something there from our friends over at Samwell for us to deliver, Cowboy?
Always got something for my people. Look, people, it's summer and people are outside walking around, going to games, barbecues, the beach, doing their thing. But if you're dealing with joint pain, back pain, or sciatica, that can shut you down real quick. I'm Bart Scott. I'm telling you, Dr. Shaw at Samwell Pain is the guy that sees. Ivy League trained, double board certified, no cuts, no long recovery, no relying on meds. Just non-surgical, image-guided treatments that get real results. Same-day or next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Don't let pain steal your summer. Go to SamwellPain.com, get back right, and get back to living the life you live.
A couple of other sound bites from Skattebo over the weekend at Fanatics Fest. You ready?
Yep.
Do you enjoy being the wild child, so to speak?
No, I totally enjoy that part. I think I less enjoy the brain dead kind of guy, but it is what it is. I mean, the New York people love it, so I'm just going to keep being me, and if they want to say I'm brain dead and I don't have no brain, then who cares?
Well, it's
what is this, the Wizard of Oz?
It's not brain dead.
It's perception versus reality. Like, this is still a guy that used to bang his head against the wall in college. Like, but you would think with a maturity, you would grow up. I guess it's hard to say you mature after 1 year. But somebody needs to take him under the shoulders. Like, bro, perception is reality, and I understand that what you're selling, but you got to ask yourself, how long are people buying?
And I also, that's one. And number two, I would also say to him, listen, as much as people love that, you got to worry about yourself here, not the people, because
you're worried about your own being a tough guy.
You're going to worry about your career long term. You're going to worry about your health long term.
I put it like this.
That's what a lot of this is about.
It's like when a boxer tries to be a brawler, and it's like, bro, that's not your fight. Like, oh, but this is what people like. No, man. Like, the name of this game is self-preservation and being able to make sure that you're able to make money for a long time. Because they'll let you do all that and they'll applaud you and you'll make all that. But as soon as you start to slow down and you can't do it anymore, they'll cut you in a second. Like, who deserved a second contract more than Pacheco? Pacheco won 2 championships, and he was cheap labor. They didn't have to pay Pacheco nothing. What was he, a free agent?
He was a free agent.
He was a free agent, so basically he was playing for the minimum for 4 years. He won them a championship. And
I think he got 1.8 this year.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, like, when you add, now, hopefully he made a lot of money, like, off the field. He has 2 titles, right, too?
Yeah.
Right? So he has 2 titles, and he'll always be able to sign things. He's beloved by the Kansas City Chiefs fans, but not enough where they didn't hesitate to get rid of your ass in your prime.
From what I understand, I think that Mahomes and Kelsey and a lot of offers that would get thrown their way that they couldn't do or that were local ones, they would kind of kick to the ways of guys like Pacheco so they can make some extra money.
Yeah, appreciate that. How about restructuring your contract? Each of y'all take $1 million less so I can stay part of the band.
Well, but I think the other point is they were never going to pay him any more money to be part of the band again. Because you saw him last year, he kind of got phased out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And now Kenneth Walker's there. They paid him.
Yep.
It's like, hold on, I won 2 Super Bowls for you. This dude is going to be the guy, you're going to give him, what, $13 million, $14 million a year? You couldn't have gave him $13, $14 million a year and still paid me 2 to 3?
Mm. It's
it's guys that literally are the backup safety or the third or fourth or fifth receiver. You mean to tell me I'm not more valuable than the third or fourth receiver?
Well, that's the problem that Skattebo is going to run into here. Yeah. If he's not smarter about it. That's all. Nobody's saying you're brain dead. It's just you got to handle yourself better and don't do silly things. All right, that does it for us. The Ass Man is up next. Jake Asman. He is in for K. And then, of course, Don Hahn and Rosenberg later on today. It's Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
If the Giants start out the season 0-3, forget it. What's going to happen to 65 or sooner? Well, kill it. It's a little adversity.
You have a 5-year plan that after 3 weeks you're going to punt on.
Yeah. I can't handle 0-3 again.
Maybe it's a 10-year plan.